Mic check, 1 2 1 2.
Mic check,
1 2 1 2.
Mic check.
Yeah.
This is the Reverb Experiment episode number 1.
Hootie hoo.
Wow. Well,
Happy Memorial Day weekend. Shout out to YouTube, Spotify, Apple, iTunes. We want to make sure that everybody's listening. We appreciate you. You could be listening to any other podcast, but you decided to chill with us today.
Because you know what's good.
welcome.
Yes.
Hello.
On the mic, you have Genesis, a.k.a. G_Focused.
Focus.
To my left, we have the beautiful, talented Stefdot.
Oh, girl, you fine.
What's good?
Oh, she fine.
To her left,
We get it. You sing.
we have
You got vocal.
the multi-talented,
Mr.
soon-to-be
Bitches.
Grammy Award-winning producer and
Take that,
artist,
take that.
Rajeo.
Take that.
Mr. Bitches.
Rajeo. Whoa.
Is this how we starting?
I'm Dave Hollister. Whoa.
Is this how we starting?
One woman man.
All right.
Alive.
And to his left, we have probably the most sought-after, popular photographer that is in Northern California. We have Photo B.
Photo B.
I remember. He said it, not me.
The
So I
biggest
wanna
hoe
put it
out
right
there.
Hey,
The
man,
who?
I'm just telling
Right.
the truth, man. I'm just
The
telling
who?
the truth.
Huh? The what? You
He said Mr. Hose.
oh, Mr. Hose?
Mr. Ho.
Mr. Hose.
Oh, man.
Okay, Mr. Hose.
Listen
man.
here.
Mr.
Listen
Hose.
here. Listen
Y'all
here.
gonna have some damage control.
No, listen here.
Uh-oh.
We not editing.
I don't got
That's
no
fine.
hoes.
We're not editing that. No.
You said you ain't got no hoes?
No hoes.
Hey,
Okay.
Hey, are you guys glad that we're not under oath over here?
Right.
This is what we're gonna do?
So to segue into the topics,
Right. Come on, Rob. Keep him on track.
you know me, I'm trying to save somebody on the panel right now from having that conversation when he get home. No, but seriously, y'all, we
already at
definitely
home.
appreciate you guys listening to us, man. We want to make sure that, you know, during this quarantine that we give you guys some nice content that you guys can listen to and kind of just take your mind off of it. So without further ado, we're going to just get right into the topics, man. We ain't going to play around with y'all. We're going to just get right into it. So before I play this, have we all heard the Joe Biden interview with Charlemagne the God?
Yeah, I listened to it yesterday.
Partly, yeah.
Hey, man, he didn't even let Charlamagne talk, bro.
Well,
And then
Yeah.
the guy in the back was like, "We gotta go. It's time to go, Joe."
yeah.
Yeah, you
I
heard
ain't
that?
heard it, so I'm
I
ready.
ain't heard that.
You
All
heard
right.
that? Where he was
I
trying to
didn't.
rush him off?
No, I didn't hear that. I just
Man.
heard just what Biden
He
said.
he basically said he was the black people's
Well,
savior.
can I play the clip?
Oh,
Play the
okay.
clip. I'm about to play the clip.
All right.
Pull the clip up.
Okay, I'm going to play the
Hold the
clip.
clip.
I'm going to play the clip, and then we're going to react. All right, here we go.
Listen, you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden. 'cause
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black,
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community. I would love to see
take a
you
look
already-
at my record, man. I extended the voting rights 25 years. I have a record that is second to
in New
none.
York.
Wow. Thoughts?
So,
When I read what he said, I was kind of like, and I think maybe I kind of was like trying to cape for him because Trump just so trash, but
So is
we
Biden.
cannot negate the
Biden
fact
is-
that what he said is trash. Like,
He said, "Figure out whether you're for me or you're Trump."
he sound real arrogant.
see, when Biden
Like,
was working with
basically,
Obama.
vote for me because Trump is trash. We know that.
Facts. But see, when Biden was with Trump, with Obama, he had great internet presence. Like, everybody loved him just from the memes and all that.
No, he's
But
running around
as
behind a
soon-
black man.
Right. And he was cool. He was, he was welcome to the barbecue. Right? Now,
As a +1.
True.
He wasn't. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't a guest because that was somebody's boy. That wasn't my nigga. But I fuck with Obama.
Right.
Obama came through. Yeah, you
Right.
could bring Joe.
This
Yeah.
is my white
Right.
homeboy, Joe Biden. And he just wants to
He's
try
showing
the
his
mashed
true colors
potatoes.
now.
The potato
What's
salad.
join, you know?
I mean, come on, bro.
I think he's been invited to the cookout so long that he
forgot that
got
he's not a
beside
chef.
himself.
That
He
part,
forgot
that
he's
part,
not a
that part.
chef.
Right.
He
But
don't
he's been
bring
so
peach
problematic.
cobbler.
Right.
He don't
You ain't bringing nothing
Bro, this
but your appetite.
when this clown said to lift every voice, I heard that. The
Yeah,
lift every,
that's the plan
black,
for the
the
black
black,
American.
the black agenda is
Oh,
called.
yeah.
Bro,
Lift
who,
it.
who, what? This is not an old Baptist hymn.
I wasn't feeling that either.
Bro, he just,
So, but the question is, are we still voting for him?
I'm gonna vote for whoever has the better black agenda.
It ain't gonna be Trump.
If that includes Trump?
Yeah,
Okay.
because all I care about is the black community. At the end of the day,
He's rooting for everybody black.
I am rooting for everybody black.
Facts.
Because if we're gonna be serious and be honest, what has the Democrats done for us, and what have the Republicans done for us, right? No one's come and really had a black and brown agenda, and really has followed through with it, right?
So you're waiting.
I'm waiting
to make your decision.
Exactly. I'm waiting.
I mean, that's what everybody should do.
You
anyway.
should.
Yeah, you should.
I'm not gonna run with Joe Biden because he hung out with Barack Obama. He's
Right.
a +1, my nigga. You wouldn't even be here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for Obama, did you? At the rest of the interview, he was so arrogant. He was like, "I beat out everybody in this, and I beat out everybody in this." Yeah, because of the black vote, my guy. Right,
That's why he's trying
bro.
to get the black vote.
If you guys haven't listened to the interview, you should listen to the interview. You have to listen to how almost condescending
Right.
he
that's what I'm
was
saying.
during the interview.
Just that clip.
Yeah.
Just
well,
that clip.
the way I took it was, it could be seen as condescending. I think it was more or less like he was saying it's an obvious pick.
Right.
Like there's no comparison in who you should be picking.
Right, but
If you're black.
But how much
If
does that
you're
take
black.
away
That's-
from
that was
how
if you
much?
ain't
How
black.
much does that overlook our intellectual prowess or actually what we need? You can't make a lift every voice agenda for because you got together with 5 black people and this is the black agenda. No. Right? You can't. 5 people don't speak for all of us.
No.
Because some of us have jobs and some of us don't have jobs. Some of us have kids who have fathers around and some of us don't. Everybody needs something different. What needs to happen is black people need to cohesively. What did Diddy say? Who said hold your vote? Somebody, was that Diddy who said hold your vote or vote for hostage?
That's been going around for a while. I
Right.
think it was Diddy, the one.
Right,
That, he
but
was the
so
most
if
recent one,
you
yeah.
say something like that, then you need to follow that up with let's have a series of meetings and vote on what black people really want, so then we can present a plan of action for black people, community financing, right, banking, redlining, all the shit that goes into systematic and economic racism,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Then you have to have a plan. Don't give me some bootsy ass 1960s I was on a slave hymn titled goddamn. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, and that idea has floated around a while, and the only problem with it is we have to be organized enough to do it, and it's called abstaining your vote. So what you would do is, before an election would come up, you would tell the both candidates or whatever candidates are there, we're not voting until these are addressed,
Facts.
and whoever addresses these will get our vote. If nobody addresses it, we're not voting, and it's a great idea. We just have to be organized to do it.
But-
I will give,
That's
and again, Creepy Joe. I'm not the biggest fan of Joe at all.
nah.
but
nah.
he did address a lot of my main concerns in the interview before he put his foot in his mouth, as far as decriminalizing some of the drugs, as far as marijuana, as far as prison reform, as far as economic racism, as far as systematic racism. So it sounded good, but we've heard that from Democrats before,
Right.
and
Right.
we want to see real action. So
I think
he said that he will have a plan. So I think the best thing for us to do is to wait. And truth be told, obviously most of us aren't going to be voting.
Is it
for
fair
Trump.
to say that voting Democrat has been culturally embedded into black people?
Yes.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Well, because it's the lesser of two evils.
Well,
Right.
what's the more evil? That
Voting-
other people have money?
Voting Republican.
And okay, so this is what you have to ask black people. What's the difference between a Republican and a Democrat in the first place? And what do Republicans stand for and what do Democrats stand for? Because no one's done shit for us.
Well, 'cause I would argue because the system is racist. So
You're
no
talking
matter,
about in totality, right?
I'm talking about just in general.
General.
Both parties have issues, and it's like, again, it's the lesser of two evils. That's really honestly when I vote, that's usually what my choice ends up coming to is it's the lesser of two evils.
When is it not?
Yeah.
Think of a time. Well,
Man, yeah, that's
Except for Barack.
I was about to say when I
still-
voted for
that's
Obama, I was
that's
ready.
still that still doesn't. The lesser of two evils is still evil,
Yeah.
It
right?
is. But
and we still don't get anything from it.
Right. And most people would argue if you don't vote, then that vote will go towards one of the candidates. You not voting is still a vote.
No, you not voting is taking a stand. It's not a vote.
Pretty much.
But if you're taking a stand by yourself, what
if-
stand are you
That's
taking?
true, but that's why we have to go back to, like I said, we as black people, we want so much, right? And there's not very many people that are willing to, especially people who have the money, the power to do so. When Diddy says hold your vote, then you have to give us another a reason, and you have to give us alternative options.
Right.
Because it's dangerous for him to say hold your vote, right?
Right, because like what we're waiting for.
Right.
For one, and
Right.
then two is like if we're not going to vote, then we're going to have to deal with the whole like what everybody else is going to be voting for.
Right, exactly.
So now it's our
Well,
voice is not
And
heard.
you can't, then
well,
people, you can't complain if you ain't,
well,
if you didn't
let's
vote.
just keep it a buck, man.
And
Let's
then
keep,
a lot of the things that people want to see done is voted on locally, and that's the problem.
bro, you guys really want to, you really want to get into this shit, bro. Black people are 11%, 12% of the entire nation, right? We do have the power to swing the curve, right? But
That's why they pander. to
right,
us
but
like that.
50% of the black population that are males are incarcerated, right? So our numbers are down, right? And then you have places like Florida who restrict your right to vote after you obtain a felony, right? Let's really just talk about all the things that really go into voting, right? So you have to have a plan of action. This election, whether we vote for Biden or Trump, this is an election that we can impact, but this isn't the one that black people are going to get what they want, because we're out of position again. We're still out of position. We haven't done what we needed to do to make sure that we get what's best for us. I appreciate the awakening, but you still have to be realistic about how to go about getting change.
Yeah, and you know what? We will definitely put a tab on this subject,
Right.
and we will have somebody on the show.
I killed that shit.
No, you did. No, you did.
proud of you, bro.
I don't.
That
Look,
was real.
hey,
That was real.
and look, we gonna be real with y'all. This is not the political podcast.
Nah.
Right.
We got opinions.
This is not.
This
This ain't
happened-
This is the
CNN.
Common Sense podcast.
This just happened to be a hot topic right now.
It is a hot
It's a hot
topic.
topic.
It's very important because anything Trump put his name on is going to be a hot topic. So I just wanted to see what you guys thought on the Joe Biden clip was. I think, again, there's another politician that's pandering to black people when we don't need to be pandered to.
Facts, bro.
Just tell us what you're going to do.
Bro, what kind of shuck and
and
jive
keep your
is?
word.
Come correct.
Bro, lift
We don't-
every voice.
Yeah. And yeah, we don't need to lift every voice.
Hey, do you guys even
We
know all
don't-
the words to that song?
Hold on. We don't need the
No.
hot sauce in the
I was
purse.
about to say.
We don't
man.
need that. And we just need to know what is the plan.
Because people be ready to vote.
Bro, we're
just off that kind
still
of
the
stuff.
watermelon eating cooning ass niggas, bro. That's how they look. That's how they treat.
Yep.
That's
Hot
how they treat
watermelon,
it.
Hot sauce,
I
hot
ain't gonna
sauce,
say that.
hot sauce in the purse, bro.
Hot sauce in the purse.
That's
that was
cool and shit,
that was
bro.
ridiculous, man. Hey, and don't think that we ain't peeped that y'all gave all that money in this coronavirus
Facts.
relief, but y'all ain't paying no reparations to
Bro,
the people that you
let-
deserve
let
to
me-
pay
let me
reparations.
tell you-
to.
All of a
That
sudden, this
and,
money just came up
out
to
of
be
nowhere.
just,
Hey, it's been over like 1,400
Hey.
days, and Flint still ain't got no clean water.
I'm gonna
That's
tell
true.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, bro. I read this article. And I think it was Times.
Hilarious.
Or Times or USA Today or whatever. But they said that billionaires have earned $434 billion more
Yeah, I've seen that.
in the pandemic than
Not
they had
surprised.
before.
Well,
Is that as a
because
whole?
who's in
Is that as a
office?
whole?
That's a 34. It doesn't shit. All the billionaires combined have made 434 billion.
Who's in
more.
office?
All right, well.
Who voted him in office? Who paid for the campaigns?
They did.
Yeah.
It was an
right.
investment.
Damn, you
Investment.
killed that shit.
And look,
got nothing to
Look,
say.
all it does is shows you that America is nothing but a corporation.
America can be bought.
Ben, your body's
Period.
a corporation.
Any
oh,
cost.
don't. See, we got to get Sydney on, my boy Sydney. on here. He'll break it down. He'll tell you about your body being a corporation and
How much everything worth.
man, yeah, man. Look,
Oh man, now we're about to get into it.
look.
And this is not the conspiracy
Organ
podcast
trafficking.
either.
Right,
trafficking
right.
and shit.
Don't get it twisted.
Wait, what are you just giving a disclaimer for?
We got some conspiracy theories.
Those
but,
are
we ain't gonna
facts.
talk about it like that.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm not Bigfoot.
I'm just
my
making
name
this.
is.
This is the
what
first
did he say? My name
episode.
is Daryl.
We is the first episode. All right, so the transition is something a little bit lighter,
The Bigfoot commercial. My name is Daryl.
something that I actually like a lot. I love competition.
Hey, take a picture of him.
The versus battles.
Man,
What y'all think about him?
I love it. I love it. It's one of the positive things that did come out of all of this devastation for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That shit, man.
It's definitely something that's gonna keep going after all of this. I see it being a show, all kind of stuff.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
it could go far.
I love it. It was a great idea. Hopefully they keep branding it. They're making Instagram a lot of money.
Man.
And I know eventually they're probably going to have to get their own platform. They should have already been working on it, which I'm sure they are.
I think they are.
Swizz and Tim are like really good business people.
Oh, absolutely. Because the whole versus thing is going to be something separate. Because I feel like when the first who did the first one? Who did the first versus battle?
It was Swizz and
Timbaland.
As soon as I think it was the one after that. As soon as I seen the second one, I was like, oh yeah. I think it was the T-Pain and Lil Jon one that I saw, and I was like,
oh, that one was great.
They're going to have to because.
Yeah.
With the
The
way they're
amount
going
of people on there.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be the verses. It's going to be like live in-home concerts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we're going to get to it later, but Doja did one for Levi's. Levi's did it on their own on their platform, and they did a live, like she did an in-home concert. It was sponsored by her on her thing.
I hope she
right?
saves all the money she can get.
Right. 'Cause
Yeah,
she's
she's done.
When and even before, the baby, he was stuck on a plane on the way to a show.
I saw that one.
Yeah.
So what he did was he just went live. They they pretty much did a little tethering to where you can have his it
was like FaceTime.
was his FaceTime. It was FaceTime on the screen to show all the fans.
Yeah.
And he did it like that. That shows you that artists don't have to be there.
Right.
I
and they're gonna
still
rock.
pay my
But
ticket.
then
I
you
still would have
lose
wanted
the
him to come back and do that
experience,
show.
though. Facts.
Yeah.
You lose the experience of and the energy is different. You know,
Yeah.
when you go to a
It
concert and you be in there, you be
Right.
turned to 1,000.
However,
You know
what's
what I'm
going to
saying?
happen though? They're not going to have any shows. They're not going to do any shows.
I
until
get
at
it.
least
That's so
2021.
I feel like that's good temporarily, but I feel like the versus thing has to turn into like a TV show or something.
Well,
That's what I see it going to.
Where I think that's a great idea for is we're now seeing in this day and age where the internet is an equalizer.
Yep.
Independent artists don't have to have the bigger venues.
That's true.
They can do a versus live or whatever and do like kind of like they do those small desk. What is it called? Small
Tiny
desk
desk.
concert. Tiny
Tiny
desk
desk.
concert.
Tiny
Excuse me.
desk.
NPR,
those.
NPR.
Yeah, that would be dope for a smaller artist to do that doesn't have the backing, doesn't have the money, they can do a more intimate setting like that and it can go viral and then they can start getting on and getting shows that way. So I think it's a really good tool. What do we think about the Ludacris versus Nelly?
Come on, bro. I told you what it was, bro. I told you before it started.
Luda won, but honestly, when I went back and looked at the songs, it was closer than people was. I feel like Nelly's like technical difficulties. That it's the same thing with Teddy Riley. Teddy Riley lost.
No, he would have lost.
Teddy
even if it
Riley
wasn't
was
Nelly.
gonna get smoked
he
either
was
way.
gonna lose either way, but that just killed it.
No, so
Just
look,
like Nelly, he
That
was
just
gonna get
hurt.
smoked after Air Force Ones. After that was done, okay, there was nothing left.
What do you mean?
There was nothing left. There
So
was
look.
nothing left.
So I don't
Okay,
watch.
so the one that I saw was "What's Your Fantasy" versus was it Country Grammar? That's
Hold
that's
on.
close.
Okay, hold on.
no. I have a
That was a close
No,
one.
no, I got the list up too. So I got
Because I was
so
looking at the matchups.
so Billboard actually scored the battle,
I read that.
Okay.
and what they scored the battle
I
at
didn't agree with some of those.
was 12-9-4. So Ludacris had 12,
Yeah.
Nelly had 9,
But some of those ties I didn't agree
and
with.
4 tied. So let's go over the ties.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Let's
Before
go
we
ties.
start though, that "Flap Your Wings" record by Nelly was one of my favorite records. Because the Neptunes, they did so much work on that beat, bro. He should have just played that.
What was it against though?
It doesn't
I
even
can't
matter.
remember.
No,
It won.
wait, hold on.
It
let me
won.
see.
So the first tie was Ludacris Ho versus Nelly's Flap Your Wings.
I didn't agree with
See,
that.
"Flap Your Wings" supposed
I
to
thought-
smash
yeah, I
home.
did.
Is that a tie?
Hell no.
No, that's what I said.
So who would have won that record or that
Nelly.
round?
For sure.
Nelly? So then you're saying it would have been 12-10-3.
Okay,
Look,
let's
"Flap
go to
Your
the next
Wings,"
tie.
girl. "Flap
Next
Your
tie.
Wings" versus Ho. Come on, bro.
I did like Ho, but
Next
Do you
record.
want to see "Flapping Wings" or you want?
I don't know.
Or
Hey,
you want to,
I think
which one do you think?
I think tie. I think it's a tie.
that
I
helped.
don't think
That
that-
helped Turkin
All
get
right,
here.
round 6 was the next tie. Ludacris versus Shauna, What's Your Fantasy versus Nelly's Crunchy Grammar. That's not a tie.
That's not Country Grammar one. I'm
Country
sorry.
Grammar was
Period.
game changing.
That's why I'm like, they
all
blame
these
Nelly
rappers
on
that sing on their records now. I'm not saying that he started it,
Yeah, don't say
but
that.
he pushed it forward.
Nelly is definitely an innovator. Any
Nelly's
nigga
an
who's
icon,
rapping with a
I've already
Band-Aid
said
on his
that.
face and no scar underneath, that nigga's a fucking legend, bro. He's a fucking legend.
Hey, and don't forget Nelly had vocal,
Facts. Hey, I
apple bottom.
got a whole ass friend, nigga, that we were growing up. We used to go to 24-hour fitness and play hoop. And he used to have the Band-Aid and he got the golds to match Nelly. That nigga looked at me and told
Nelly
me
is an icon. I've said this.
He
Yeah,
told me
facts.
sometimes I feel like I'm Nelly.
Okay,
I never
that's
I never-
going a little too far.
Hey, that nigga said
That's going a little too
sometimes
far.
I feel like I'm
What's the
Nelly.
next
No.
tie? Because I feel
The
I
next
feel like
tie
Nelly got played.
Was Nelly featuring Paul Wall and Ali Gipp Grills versus Ludacris Shine and Stand Up.
Nah.
That's not a tie.
Nelly again.
not a
That
tie.
Sorry,
Grills
that's
record
Nelly.
was hard, bro.
The
Where we're at now? We're at 9-9.
next, well,
9-9.
but we might have
No,
we
those-
might have
these just the
disagreed
ties.
on some of the other ones though. So
Okay, but look. Okay, so
So it's not. So it's
Ludacris
not,
had
not
12.
9.
Nelly had 9. We just gave Nelly how many?
like
3. So it's 12-12.
Yes.
If
No.
you-
No.
no,
It's
it's 12 to 12 if you
It's a
don't do-
20. It's a 20 round. It's a 20 round competition. So
Not because they end up playing more songs.
no. You're right. So yeah. So it'll be 12, 12, 1. No, that don't even count. That don't even add up.
Let's go to the next tie. Let's see the last tie.
Because there's
Yeah.
17 songs. So was it 12-9-4? So what was that, 25?
So maybe they didn't play 20.
Play more than
12,
20.
9, and 4.
Well, Nelly kept,
12, 9, and
his
4.
Wi-Fi
That's
kept going
25.
out.
That's 25.
Yeah.
He's not listening to you.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
Last time.
Maybe I
Last
should talk
time.
to the mic next time, right?
Last time. Yeah.
I was talking to the mic. I can forget. Like I'm having a conversation.
Having a conversation.
Right.
All right. So the last tie was
Damn it, talking
Nelly.
to Rajeo shit.
Last tie was Air Force Ones versus Southern Hospitality. That's not a tie.
Wait.
Air Force Ones was going to be anything it played.
No.
I thought. Oh,
Southern Hospitality definitely beats Air Force
Nigga, you
Ones.
crazy.
I'm sorry.
Air Force
Yeah,
Ones
I'm
is the
sorry.
Air Force Ones
Southern
changed a culture.
Hospitality?
It changed
Nah.
a culture.
Smack.
It changed a culture. It changed. You had Air Force Ones.
I had Air Force Ones before the song
you
came
didn't.
out.
Didn't have
Yes,
that.
I
Nobody
did.
had Air Force Ones
Nah.
before.
That's a
No,
lie.
you didn't. Because
That's a
niggas-
lie.
Only niggas in New
That's a
York
lie.
wore Air Force Ones,
And
bro.
I okay,
Nigga,
and that's
you
where I got
didn't
it.
have
And
Air
that's where I
Force
got it.
Ones.
And
I
that's
think
where I
might
got
have
it.
One pair of Air Force.
That's where I got it.
in my life.
You got 2 for 69
And they didn't last
Air
that
Force
long.
Ones before that song dropped, and then
It's
they were
terrible.
$120.
Southern
Oh, like
Hospitality.
Vans?
Yeah, and actually I was mad at them
Shucks.
because the price went up.
Right, you're gonna
see,
you're gonna
but-
tell me that one song?
No. We're not talking about the impact. We're talking about the song.
Nah, nigga, you have to consider.
If I had
the
to go by
impact.
the song, I would go with Southern Hospitality. But as
Hospitality.
far as like Air Force One was so big,
Bro, then
that's
how?
like Country Grammar
Okay,
big.
so
Right.
so let's look at the let's look at the impact of Southern
Nigga,
Hospitality.
ASAP Rocky just came back and he said he introduced Air Force Ones again because that's how much that song was impactful.
On the
Bro,
culture.
The culture.
That's
bro.
why Nelly's an icon.
Not one song.
Okay,
That-
and after Southern Hospitality dropped,
Look, I love Luda.
how many people were driving Cadillacs?
Nigga,
not the
Cadillac
same.
didn't go up the price.
It didn't.
No,
No.
Oh no,
didn't
it
go
became
up
more
the price.
popular for sure.
Man, that nigga always had a
Cadillac
diamond. He
Pearl,
always
nah.
always
Yeah.
had a diamond back
Yeah.
line in all his
Yeah.
shit.
Everybody was
That was
already.
the first one though. That was the one that really
but
put
Cadillac
them on.
was already the car of black
Facts.
folk way
Facts.
before that.
Right after the Lincoln Continental, nigga.
I disagree. I don't care what y'all say. Southern Hospitality. I will still play Southern
You
Hospitality
hear
to
this
this
nigga?
day.
I don't care what
I will
y'all
too.
say.
But we talking. But
Which
Air
you're
Force
talking
Ones
about
was
what
just
song is bigger, bro? That's a better, bigger song.
Air Force Ones is a better, bigger
Bro,
song.
the culture, dog. The culture.
Bruh,
Again, you're talking about
chicken
impact.
head instantly.
I'm
It's
talking
right
about
away.
what is the
Right
better
away.
what is the better song.
Air Force One.
Air Force
bro.
Ones,
No,
bro.
man. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying. Look, this is the thing. That's what I said. Nelly lost because of
Hell
all
yeah.
of the
I
other
feel
stuff
like-
that
I'm about to
was
mute your
going
mic
on.
too in a minute.
Hey, look, check this out. I feel like we have different opinions based off of why we like the songs. Why we like what we're.
I'm a
rating them
rapper.
on.
I'm a rapper, so I like Southern Hospitality because he was spitting. Because Neptunes produced the track.
That's
that
facts.
It was a
that
dope
was,
song.
That was
That was
the
my reason for
song
giving him Flap the
that
Wings.
Put him on, because before that it was what? It was he had What's Your Fantasy, which was, it was cool. It was like a BET uncut song. I was like, all right, cool,
Definitely
Luda.
was.
And then what did he come out after that? Was it Ho or was it Southern
It
Hospitality?
doesn't matter. It lost.
No, it didn't lose. It was
I thought
a
Lost
tie.
first ones.
It was a tie.
No, it lost in
I
real
feel like-
life.
I feel
No,
like
in real life, it was a tie. It don't matter. Luda won the whole battle.
He
anyway.
did, as he
Facts.
should have. As he should have.
y'all think he
All
All
did?
right, we gonna disagree.
As he should have.
Luda definitely
Come
won.
on, as he
Absolutely.
should.
And you know what? And it's not because Nelly doesn't have a good catalog.
It's just because Nelly has a better
He
one.
picked the wrong song.
No. It's because of how he set up his playlist.
And he did. That's what I'm saying. It's more than just having hits. You can have more hits, but if you don't play the right song at the right time,
Yeah.
that's
Because-
how Lil Jon stole a couple of rounds from T-Pain.
Because let me
Yeah, that's
let me
true.
go to round 10. No, it wasn't round 10. It was round 11. Nelly played 1,000 stacks. I have no idea what that song is.
Yeah.
I've never heard that song in my life.
Not at all.
And then Ludacris played They Know remix with Shawty Lo, Jeezy, and Lil Wayne.
Yep.
Come on, bruh.
It was one that I didn't agree with. I can't remember which one it was.
This
It
fool
wasn't that
Nelly
one.
loved Nelly to death, but the other mistake he made was he got too drunk and he started playing his own personal playlist instead of playing what would have won.
Just a Dream.
See,
was
even this
just a
one.
dream.
So EI versus
EI won.
Moneymaker?
E.I.
Nah, man.
Shake
Yeah.
your money, bro.
E.I. That's the one I
Shake your
didn't
money.
agree
Nope,
with.
that's another Neptune's record, bro.
I didn't like it though. It was too. I didn't like it.
Dun, 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 dun,
I didn't like that song.
dun.
You know,
Personally, I didn't like this song.
I don't
Yeah,
care. I
I
don't
got-
care.
E.I. won
I'm a
on
producer
that one.
first.
That's what I'm saying. Nelly low
And that
key
thing
won. I
slapped.
feel like
Look at that band-aid in that band. Look at that band-aid in that headband.
Nelly won low key.
But they both won because
If you look at
Who?
the
They both
the
won 'cause we're
matchup
all
of
talking
the
about them now.
songs,
Well,
Nelly won.
We're always talking about who
and-
both won.
and-
That's
Buy
lost.
stock in them right
no,
now.
Lost.
well, and because at the end of the day, what the bigger thing that the versus battle does is it gets people to go back to listen to your catalog.
Because that's our
Facts.
generation when we came up.
And we about to go back and be slapping.
Oh, the little
'Cause
look
I'm
at
finna go
hey, look
listen
at
to
it. Look,
E.I. in the car on the way
look at
home.
they Spotify's and stuff getting run.
Oh
up.
no, and I think they said it was like a 300% increase or something like that on their records playing. So hey, everybody wins. Luda won, but at the end of the day, it puts
Luda!
money back in
Nelly
their pockets,
won
man.
low key.
Luda.
Okay, upcoming battles. We got Beanie Man versus Bounty Hunter actually tonight. I think it's a good look for the culture. I'll be completely honest. I'm not too familiar with their catalogs.
I'm going with Girls Dem Sugar. Ain't
Girls,
that-
them
ain't
shit.
that
Yeah.
Come on, bro. You gotta go with Beanie Man.
I'm going with that. 'Cause that's the one I know.
Facts.
You gotta pull up the catalogs on the phone. real
Facts.
quick.
Oh yeah, that's the one I know. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Everybody gonna hear that song and probably gonna turn off and look at something else. 'Cause- But
The
for
fans
us,
guide to Beanie
for us,
Man.
for the
They
people
don't
that
know
don't
it.
know the
Big dance
catalog,
hall
they're gonna
rivalry.
listen for the songs that they know,
Right.
and once they're played, they're gonna go do something else. But for like Florida, for Jamaica, for man, it's about to be smacking in there for
Man,
real,
they
for real.
ready. You gotta
So,
do something for everybody.
It's a good look for the culture because that is African music too. You know what I mean? That's hip hop too. Next on Monday, the heavyweight battle.
I'm gonna be by myself on this one. I already know.
112 versus Jagged Edge. Who we got winning?
What version of 112?
It's the
108.
same. It's the same version. It's the same version.
Minus 4.
Somebody said
It's
somebody
just
said
different members.
112 divided by 2.
Somebody said Slim ain't Slim no more.
He's swollen.
Let me tell you what I want to do.
All right, so 112. Who we got? And obviously we all know now Q and
Q was
Go
the
ahead.
glue.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Before these niggas decided that they weren't participating, I had Jagged Edge.
I had 112.
I had J.E. All they needed to beat them was the Hard album. That's it. They could just,
But they're not gonna play that whole album.
they
They
could have
only
just
gonna
put
play
the whole
singles.
Hard album against everything.
112
and they
definitely
would've
has a deep catalog.
won. I'm not saying
Thank
they
you.
don't.
Photo B.
So I'm kind of biased due to the fact that Cupid used to be like one of my songs from
Okay.
relationship and shit.
Man.
And I can't really tell you what other songs was what to who. So
Anywhere.
I'm just saying like I know the songs, but I just can't remember like who did what.
Right. I got you. I got you.
You know, I'm yeah.
I feel like they each got some but they each got some songs that are unbeatable. Like Let's Get Married remix.
Yes.
112 ain't
Okay.
gotta come back for that.
No.
Facts.
What else?
Gotta Be and Cupid are kind of right there in the same pocket.
Cupid
Yeah.
gonna beat that.
Oh,
What about Peaches and Cream?
Yeah, Peaches and Cream.
Where the party at?
That
Peaches and Cream win.
Yeah, I'm going for
Yeah.
Jagged Edge and
Yeah.
Peaches and Cream smacks. Where the
It'll
party
be
at.
a close battle. It'll be a
That's
close
what I'm saying. It's
battle.
gonna be
Facts.
close, but
It'll
it's
be
gonna
close.
come down to
It was just
what they
him
play
eating
and win.
peaches off of girls' bellies. Just off that, he wins.
I feel like people don't take that into consideration. It's about the strategy too,
Yes. Yes.
presentation and strategy.
You
So
damn right,
final
presentation
predictions.
is everything.
Who's winning and why or what's the reason for it? winning?
Jagged Edge.
Jagged Edge. Is it going to be close or not?
It's gonna be close,
Okay.
but Jagged Edge is gonna have all their members, and they win by default.
Oh,
They
So
win
it'll
by
be-
default, bro.
Just based off of that,
Who's your final pick? You
just
said
based off-
you
Slim-
said
over that.
Slim is
Jagged.
fat. Boom.
Jagged or 112?
Jagged. I gotta go with Jagged.
I thought you
just
said-
based off the fact, just because of based off
Look
the
how
fact
she's
that-
looking at you. You know you should have put
I said-
I thought you said
112.
Cupid.
But being as though it's not the whole, original squad.
but it's still gonna be the same original song.
No,
Slim
it's,
gonna be
I
playing the
don't
music.
care.
Slim is playing the music.
Swollen gonna be
Who?
playing music.
Hey Slim, I know my boy works with you, man. I don't beef later.
All right.
So you done switched over to Jagged Edge.
Jagged Edge. Steph, who you got?
112
She
by
112.
myself. I'm gonna hold it down
112.
for 112.
My drop tops in the parking
Because
lot.
you keep talking about that hard album, like part 3. Come on now,
I'm not saying part 3's not
fired.
fire, but it's not as hard as hard. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Take a pause real quick.
Honestly, Jagged Edge gonna get on there and put y'all to sleep.
Actually,
that walk
Jagged
out
Edge is about to
heaven
get
and all
everybody.
them slow
While
songs.
112 is trying to have everybody dance like this, Jagged Edge is about to be getting you laid. For sure.
Let's take a quick pause real quick. I want to make sure this camera good.
It ain't. We at 32 minutes and our cameraman is on the phone. Oh.
And we're back. We ain't even gonna front like we try to just have an easy transition. So we back. We had a little technical difficulty, but we back on the line. This ain't your average podcast for your average person, all right? So Steph said that 112 was winning.
Period.
My prediction, my bold prediction is Jagged Edge will pull it out. It'll be a close battle, but 112 will lose because of technical difficulties. I think they are going to have some internet connection issues. It's going to be a Teddy Riley,
predicting.
Nelly
He's
thing.
predicting.
Watch. Okay, when it happens, when we come back in 2 weeks, and if it happens,
He's predicting internet failure.
hey, on the podcast, you have to project.
Bro.
He said, "I'm."
Internet failures for 112.
He been playing with his stones and
when
crystals. He
when
been
you do
casting
shady
spells.
business,
He over there.
He been casting spells.
when you do shady business, it doesn't do well for you.
Look, he
So,
over there doing predictions like it's a
Darren-
Super Bowl.
Darren and Q
like
said-
they're gonna fumble on the third.
Darren and Q, Darren and Q said they will not be participating because they are in a legal battle over the group. So
Already.
Nigga, where's my money?
Already.
we ain't heard from them for 10, 15 years. So if they talking about they don't want to participate, I think some shady's going down.
Bro,
They ain't
Well,
getting
they've
paid
been
when
broke
you
up
come
since
out of
2018 because they got back together in 2018.
for the tour. For
Yeah,
the
for the
Bad
Bad
when you
Boy
come
tour.
out of retirement to write one statement, we will not be there.
Facts.
It's
We won't be there.
serious.
All right.
I need to watch the Unsung episode.
We will
Facts.
not be
I
there.
need to know the tea.
Next battle.
Terrible.
And this is hypothetical. I don't know if they actually confirmed this. I know they've been throwing it around. Usher versus Chris Brown.
Pointless.
Pointless.
Yeah, they're not even the same.
They're not. Usher came out in like 95,
Right.
93, whatever.
And what
Chris
is that?
came out
That's-
in 05. The
that'll be
fact that y'all
right.
still talking about Usher and putting him against
It
Chris Brown,
shows that he
like,
won already.
Period.
And plus, like Usher's pretty much gonna be
Yeah,
like
we don't
strictly
ever
R&B.
agree. Give me
They
some.
both do
My
R&B.
hands wet.
Usher has still been active,
True.
so it's not pointless.
We know Usher's been active. We've
So
seen
who,
his,
That
who's
song
going?
with
we've seen
LMA
his
on the
medical
box.
reports.
That's not the question.
We've seen Usher's medical reports. We know he's been active. He's definitely active.
All right.
Now
Who's winning?
Usher Raymond.
Who's winning?
Usher Raymond by a stinger.
Wow.
By a
Photo
stinger.
B.
Yeah, I think I'm still have to go with Usher.
Hey, listen.
I'm going with Chris.
Listen, I love Chris Brown though.
I'm going with Chris.
I love Chris Brown though.
Me too.
Chris Brown is one of my favorite 32 song per album making niggas alive.
Oh, but check this out though. So So
Hey,
you know how he would like everybody trying to compare him and everything. He doesn't have like a very iconic album.
I
though.
seen that.
Chris?
He
He
doesn't.
He doesn't have iconic.
How,
album.
it's hard to have an iconic album when there's 32 songs. Yo, let me ask you some real shit. Let me ask you some real shit. How long does it take you to listen to a new Chris Brown album? It takes me like 4 days.
I don't never listen to the whole thing.
Well,
I
that
never
I
get to the whole
haven't
thing no more.
His last two,
Hey, what
I don't
about
think
you?
I've heard of the whole same thing.
It takes me like 4 days. It takes me a long time to listen to.
Oh,
A regular.
Slime and B? Slime and B?
But that's a testament to how hard Chris Brown works, bro.
right.
He's
He is the fastest person to get to 100 hits.
I couldn't even remember 100 hits from Chris Brown.
No.
And I'm going based off catalog. Usher has a amazing catalog, but
And he's still active. He's still going.
he's still going.
And he has Justin Bieber.
But a 20 versus 20.
You know why I think Chris Brown will lose?
I'm
Because
going
I feel like Chris Brown is going to pull a Nelly and be pulling some off this 32 track
It's
album
hard.
that ain't nobody listen
It's
to.
hard.
Nah,
I feel
'cause
like he's gonna do one
'cause
of them.
I
I
think-
really do. He's not gonna do the main hits.
No, he's gonna do the main hits.
He's too into his craft and
As
putting
soon
out
as he
all
does
that
run
stuff.
it-
He gonna play some
As soon
old.
as he
Nah.
does, as soon as he does
He-
run
his
it,
ego too big. His ego
Chris
too big to
Brown?
try to just go for
I would-
like shit that ain't
But-
nobody heard.
but the
I-
way
I-
that
I-
Cocaine
know
was
Chris.
in,
I would
don't
think
know.
I would
He
think
won't
Usher
win,
would
though.
do that.
huh?
No,
I would think Usher would
would
do that.
not.
Usher for a minute, he kind of lost his pulse on the culture.
Oh, absolutely.
He was doing all the techno, the
Bro.
So was
the-
Chris Brown.
Yeah.
No.
Chris
Hold
Brown
on,
still
hold
does.
on. But
The double mint commercial.
Usher had us
that's
doing
commercial
this.
money.
Usher
Fine
had us doing
China,
this.
all
That's
of that.
commercial money.
Usher had us
That's
doing
commercial
this.
money.
And
Are
so
you
was
serious?
Usher.
Nah.
He had us
Them was
rocking like
smashes
this.
though.
You
It
know
wasn't
what I'm
smashes
saying?
for us, but he got his.
You know why
fans.
Usher wins for me? Because he did moves that we can all do. Chris
Well-
Brown, Chris Brown doing shit we can't. We can't all do that. We can't run it. The only nigga from Sacramento who can do that shit is Keita the Great, bro. That's the only nigga who could do Chris Brown moves.
Nah,
Yeah.
bro.
I got Chris.
Wait, okay, but
So-
I just want to add this in. Did you see that they said nobody could touch Drake hit for hit? Nobody in the game,
Could
dead
touch
or
who?
alive,
Well,
Could
Drake.
could touch Drake hit for hit.
Well, that's. I mean, come on, that's given.
Well, see, but Drake is different.
Why? Because he's.
Because he has
what?
hits.
No. It's not because he has hits. It's because he is a hybrid. So
Facts.
he's not going to be
Yeah,
able
he
to compete
crosses
with an
over.
R&B artist, and you're not going to compete him with the hip hop artist. So if you were to say you would have to stick with strictly hip hop or strictly R&B, Drake, he would get smoked. He will get smoked. He doesn't have a deep enough catalog separately. If you were to say just collectively,
R&B wise,
by
I feel like he
himself
had-
against an actual R&B artist like Chris Brown, smoked.
I don't know.
Ain't
'cause
nobody
even
smoked.
his- I don't know because even his older shit, like his
Smoked.
his
Yo,
first shit,
You said Drake as an art man. Come on.
like
bro.
fresh off of Degrassi,
Smoked.
like
Straight off of the
Replacement girl.
Grassy, Trey Songz was writing them songs, bro. This is Trey Songz
Smoked.
albums, bro. What you talking about?
Now
Look.
I
collectively,
just wanna be successful. That's Trey Songz.
Hit
nah,
for
what was that? What was
hit
that
for
he
hit.
had?
Yeah.
What was that he had? I forgot to call you on your
Birthday. Come on now. No.
Usually you're
20
on
hits
my
for 20 hits.
mind.
Does he have a
Nah,
20 R&B songs you can
Oh, I'm
match
about to say, I
up?
thought you were gonna say this.
Oh, is that Marvin's Room? What?
20,
Take care.
20
Take care.
Okay,
The whole
so
album,
okay, so
like,
hold
the whole
on.
album, Take
So then
Care?
no, this is a very interesting conversation. So okay, and Rajeo brought up a good point. If you were to put Trey Songz
Facts.
against Drake,
Facts.
R&B hit for R&B hit.
Trey songs.
Thank you.
I'm
That's what I'm saying.
giving
He
Trey.
gets
I gotta
smoked.
give it
Trey,
Trey.
Trey Songz did so much. Trey
Drake
Songz-
is an R&B singer.
No, he's not. Don't do him.
Yes,
like
he
that.
is.
You're not finna do that.
He's a rapper and an R&B singer.
He's both.
Oh, now you want to put he's a rapper and don't
That's
say he
what
an
I
R&B
said.
singer
That
though.
he
You
has.
trying to play him.
He can play both.
He's like the perfected version of a 50 Cent or a Ja Rule.
That's like you saying.
He took that formula and he turned it into whatever he turned it into.
No, because Trey Songz
Chris,
doesn't
Chris,
rap.
Chris Brown can't beat Drake in a
Songz
rap
does not-
hit for hit.
Who-
And
Chris-
Chris Brown be rapping.
You said Chris can't beat Drake?
Chris
in
Brown
a
be
rap?
rapping.
In a rap?
Chris Brown be rapping. What he got? Loyal.
Chris, not even
And that's
close.
what and that's what I'm saying.
Hey,
that catalog isn't deep enough to do
after
that.
6 foot, 7 foot, it's over for Chris Brown. Didn't Chris Brown get on that record?
No.
That's Wayne. Oh, which one would he? Which Wayne did he rap hella fast on?
That was the Look at Me Now.
Oh, Look at Me Now. Yeah, Look at Me Now.
Yeah.
After that, it's over. And
Chris-
that was with Busta
If
Rhymes,
you do
right?
Chris Brown versus
Yeah.
Drake, Chris losing.
Yeah.
Period.
It depends
If
on the
it's
genre.
if it's hit for hit,
It don't matter the genre. Hit
then
for hit.
Drake
Chris
will
Brown
win.
losing.
All right,
only
so
people I see
we also
competing-
have to remember.
Kanye West.
We also have to remember Drake beat Meek Mill
Beat
In
him.
what?
We talking about
in
battling?
that rap battle in that little that shit that had.
See, but that had nothing to do with his rapping ability.
But he did do it.
he did do a
But-
hit though.
but-
His diss turned to a hit.
But what I'm saying is,
This nigga said Drake beat Meek Mill.
but what I'm saying is, what I'm saying
diss-
is, Drake is a phenomenal rapper, but he did not have to do much because
Hey,
he
you
was
want to look
the
at the mic?
underdog.
You want to look towards everybody else?
This
right
nigga
here?
said he beat Meek Mill.
That's crazy.
He was the Drake was the underdog.
Crazy. Quentin Miller was probably still writing them too. What you talking about?
Oh, here we
Okay.
go.
Anyway, okay,
quarter mil.
we're gonna go on to the next
caller.
topic. So we're gonna.
Drake didn't beat Pusha T.
No, he sure didn't.
No, Pusha was rude. Pusha was rude though.
Who Pusha gonna be hit for hit?
That was
Anyway.
rude.
Nobody.
The way he
Bro,
came out, that was
Pusha
that
T was so
mean.
disrespectful with the bro.
That was
I couldn't
mean.
believe he attacked 40, bro. When he started those sick lines, bro, I was like, yo,
You have to.
bro, that that's,
You have to.
That's
If you're the underdog, you have to come out swinging.
Bro.
If you do not come out swinging, you will get buried.
niggas don't want it with Push. I don't care who he's battling.
Because Drake has Apple backing him, he has Universal backing him, he has Cash Money backing him, he has Young Money backing him.
I like Drake a
There's
lot.
too much money behind Drake.
I was gonna say he got a bag.
I like Drake a lot.
He got too much money backing
I'm
him.
just
You're
gonna
not
say
even
he
top
did.
five.
He
So
did-
which one do you
he
want? Do
didn't
you
beat
want
Meek
the,
Mill,
do you want
nor
the
did he beat
respect or do
Pusha
you
T.
want the bag?
He beat
Or
Joe
you
Budden.
know?
You're
Well,
not
you
in
can
the
have
top
both, but what I'm
five.
saying is that if you're gonna battle against Drake,
I feel like it depends on what you mean by beating. Because again, if you mean, like I said, Drake made a diss song into a hit. He made
I still be
a
listening
whole
to
bag
that.
out of that. You just revealed I had a kid. Congratulations. But you ain't. That ain't. I'm sure that Donna's record didn't do numbers like
No.
the Drake record.
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. When it
How you look at it.
Bro,
comes to
I'm gonna tell
being-
you what, bro. I know that
We
some,
talking about hit for hit.
bro.
and y'all
I-
brought up Pusha T.
I know,
This is
I
not the
know that,
conversation
I
for
know
Pusha
that,
T.
I know that Drake called Jay Prince, and he was like, "I want him dead."
All right, we're gonna get on to the next one, man. 'Cause we
I
gonna
want
be
him-
stuck on
I
this
want
for a
him-
while.
all right.
All right, so we're gonna just do quick reactions because we got to get through this. Ti versus 50 or Lil Wayne. He said he can beat
No,
either one.
he can't be Wayne.
That's a double L, Cool
He
J.
definitely can't take. He definitely
That's
can't.
a LL
He been
Cool
in
J.
quarantine too long. His mind.
He can't.
Facts.
LL Cool
Oh,
J.
whoa. You said he definitely can't take who? 50?
Wayne.
He can't beat Fifth either.
It'll be close.
I know
It'd
for
be
a fact
close.
like Wayne is like
He
nah.
can't beat Fifth either.
Oh, he can definitely beat 50.
You crazy?
50 doesn't have the catalog. Nah.
50 has
Power of a Dollar and Get Rich or Die Trying after that.
Yeah, you know what? I might agree with that. I might agree with that. Maybe because
But he need to keep Lil Wayne.
maybe
name
because
out
I'm
his mouth.
a fifth fan. I like how he moves. I'm biased. 50 Cent.
He's a great businessman. Just
50 Cent.
musically, I think after he got on, he was smart enough to transition out.
All I know is
He was smart enough.
he put on the game.
He did.
And he's done a lot of great things.
He did.
He put on Lloyd Banks.
Well, okay, well, we're talking about putting on, but we're not talking about just like
Hey,
catalog.
listen to what I said.
All right, that's what you said. You feel me? That's
You
what
can't
said.
use the songs that
50
somebody
Cent
you
is
put on
50 Cent.
Right.
in the battle.
And we
Right.
said quick reactions. Quick reactions.
Right.
So Ti versus Lil Wayne. So we're saying no.
Wayne.
But we're saying Ti versus 50. We're saying yes.
I'm saying no.
You're saying no. Okay. Is there any other battles that anybody would love to see? Quick reaction.
Ooh, I would like to see Cole versus Kendrick.
Oh, that would be the one.
That's
that would be the one.
that's
I don't
don't
think
don't
Cole- I
shake
don't
your
think-
head
I don't
because it
think-
would be amazing.
It would be amazing for the culture. I
It-
just
for
don't
the
think
culture,
Cole
yes.
has the catalog.
Cool.
Cole.
You say Cole has the
I'm
catalog?
going
He
with
does not.
Jermaine.
He has amazing music, but can we name 5 records off the top of your head?
You don't have to.
Okay.
All his
Well,
records
no,
went,
you
all his
do.
records went crazy with no features.
No features.
No features.
No features.
Okay? That is a god.
But
No
you can
features.
use features
Oh,
in
I
the
love
battle.
Cole.
So
Yeah,
I
you
love
could
Cole.
definitely use
But-
features. They've
I
been
love
doing
Cole.
it.
I'm from the
Shit,
West. and I
They
love Kendrick.
Nelly used to Janet
So
Jackson
it's
song.
automatically a Kendrick Lamar
He
for
was
me.
a feature.
Okay, so we say Cole and Kendrick. I think that'll be an amazing battle.
Amazing.
Good for the culture. Who else? One per each, so we can move on.
Oh, so I don't get no more?
no,
no,
you're done.
You're done, sir. Next,
I can't. I'm
Stop
trying to
treating me
think.
like
Let me
this,
see.
bro.
I got one.
What you
Go.
got?
Dark Child versus Brian Cox. I love the songwriting battles. The Neo
That's the
versus
ones I
Austin
like.
Rivers. The Dream versus.
That's not
Sean
just a
Garrett.
songwriting battle. That's a producer battle too.
I like the producer battles
Boy,
even better.
oh
You made me
boy.
turn back around and respect you again.
Exactly.
You see that?
Exactly. Brian Cox versus Dark Child. That was like a whole era of R&B that they made a lot of hits. A lot.
I'm talking about everybody.
Yes.
Everybody.
Yes, yeah.
Darkchild was so cold. He was doing gospel.
Yes.
Man.
Kiki Sheards and the Karen Clark Sheards. And
Yes.
yeah, he was that.
I
That
wanna
was
see
when
another
I started
producer
when I
battle.
started making beats, bro. That's what I wanted to be like.
Facts.
That's
And
exactly
if you
what
don't
I
know
wanted
who
to be
Dark Child is, if you too
Rodney
young,
Jerkins.
go look him up.
Right.
If you don't know who Brian Cox is, go look him up.
You sleeping.
Pause.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
I want to go ahead and see because they've been talking about it. Brandy versus Monica. So Monica could get smoked once and for all,
Damn.
and this beef could just be over.
Bro, why you hate Monica so much?
Bruh.
God.
It ain't happening. They both said they're not
They
going to
hate
do
it.
No,
Or
Brandy
Monica
said she would.
Monica
said
she's not
because she
gonna
don't
do
want that smoke.
She
I
hate
think
it.
Monica would smoke Brandy, actually.
Bro, did you see Brandy dancing in
Actually,
those
I ain't gonna say
pajamas?
smoke. It'll be
Did you
close.
see her dancing in those pajamas? Oh, I gotta find her.
No, I saw it.
You saw it?
Nah, Brandy.
Photo
winning.
B, who you got?
I know it's gonna sound hella weird, but Nikki and Missy.
Nah.
I think I honestly, I feel like that'd be an interesting show.
Nikki would get smoked.
Smoked.
I just still feel like it'd be interesting though.
So you
Why
want?
you all in my
I've been
grill?
trying to find somebody to match with Missy.
But
I can't-
it's
I
I
think
think
difficult.
there's nobody.
I can't think of nobody.
She's kind of like Drake,
Yeah. The songwriting, her performances, her
singing,
yeah.
rapping. Come on now.
Yeah. No, she's in her own
Videos.
I'm gonna
Video.
find this. I'm gonna
She's
find
in her
this.
own
Icon.
league.
Dancing.
All right. So we're all good. So versus is done. Speaking of beefs and issues,
Another versus. Basically.
versus feature versus Eliza,
Oh.
his most recent baby
newest.
mama.
Which
is his
number-
Baby mama?
which
So
Number
stupid.
what? 12?
8. Wait.
8, 9? I don't
She
know.
asked.
Hey, shout out to Future for being able to take care of all these kids, bro. For making all these
Well,
babies.
according to her, he's
I mean,
not.
you can't be.
According to her, he's not. So we're gonna pass this over to Steph. Steph's gonna give us a reading of the
The Future
of the
Chronicles.
tweets.
Okay, so
You guys seen those Bible
apparently
verses from Future?
So after this, he followed it up with Bible verses.
Yeah, it said that thou shalt not love thy baby mama,
Oh my God.
or thou shalt cheat on all your girls, and whichever one you feel bad for, that's the one.
Bruh.
What is it? The whole proverbs. The whole verbs.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so into these tweets. So first he said, "Leave them ugly girls alone."
Bruh.
Then he said, "Don't get high and treat an ugly girl pretty. Huge mistake.
Whoa.
Ugly girls be in imaginary relationships.
Whoa.
Terrible.
You act just like you look.
Damn.
Is that ugly?
I told
Bruh.
my dog, learn from you.
Wait, time
Caught
out.
me slipping. Okay, so what? You was really, really lucky. Relax.
Relax.
Mm.
Said
Cut,
relax.
Caught slipping. You have
I told my dog learn from you. Is that my dog learn from you?
how
Like
you get
oof,
caught slipping? You
or
have
like my boy?
8+ baby mamas.
What are you talking about? Oof.
We have entered into the toxic zone.
Were you slipping or were you just
You're
doing
just
what
not
you
a
regularly
toxic
do?
dude.
Sliding. What are you talking about?
So
That
what?
wasn't a
So what did she?
That was on purpose.
So what did she say?
Let's see.
Well, did she address the ugly?
Probably not.
I want her to.
I don't think she's ugly.
She's probably cute.
She's not.
No, she. I
She's
think
not.
she's.
She's.
Oh,
She's regular. I like her.
She said, in all seriousness, as women, we must stick together and stand strong against abuse of any kind. I'm not perfect. I'm a work in progress. We all are, but we all are beautiful.
Whoa,
Even when we fall
whoa, hold on. She's in her bag.
I
She's
thought the same thing.
she's in
I
her
thought
bag.
the same thing.
Facts.
She started off with
She's
us
murdering-
as women.
She's murdering
Yes,
him right
period.
now.
Ooh.
She's doing a great job.
She in her bag. Go ahead. I'm
Come
sorry.
on, let's
she
go.
said, beauty shown. Wait. Oh, she said, but we are all beautiful, even when we fall short of other people's expectations. Beauty shown the best from inside.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let no one, man or woman, make you feel less than or that you don't deserve everything that you have and pray for. Come on, sis.
Okay, wait. Is she talking about this baby? Does she have and pray for?
Oh,
That goes into everything. I gotta ask the question because I agree with everything she said, but then we know what she's responding to. So is she saying she deserved and she prayed for a baby by a millionaire so she can get a bag?
No.
Is that part of that?
No.
Because she is going crazy right now. Her response is perfect. It's perfect.
She definitely has legal representation.
Oh, somebody wrote that. Helped her write that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that she's not even that sharp.
No.
But she
But she had no.
She
But
capable of
she
doing
said
her
everything
own.
that she was supposed to say.
Why would you
with
call
a
your
smile
baby
though.
mama ugly?
A s-
But this is the thing. Y'all got on Drake for saying his baby mama was a fluke. He's
Ooh.
straight up dogging his baby mama saying
Wait. You could have a fluke
She
baby
got
mama.
lucky. Yeah.
You could have a fluke baby mama.
That's what I'm saying. But people was dragging Drake for saying that.
The difference is Drake has built his career on always being the gentleman.
Exactly. Right. That's there you
Facts.
go.
Future has never
Yoga Flame.
Ever.
Yoga Flame.
made himself to be anything else but what he is, which is toxic.
Ain't shit. You ain't shit.
So we expect this from him.
So Drake is held to a higher standard.
Well, he
is.
put himself
He
on the
is.
pedestal.
Yeah.
Drake's held to a gentleman's standards. He's held
No,
to
he's
a.
not.
How many
If
songs?
if you talk to women, we gonna tell
Oh
you
my
that Drake is
God.
toxic too.
Oh my
Drake
God.
said-
Why?
How
Drake's
many
nonchalant.
songs?
Drake said
He's
just because
nonchalant, he
just
boneless,
just
toxic.
because he takes her phone,
That's what
just
you
because
said?
he
He
takes
a
her
boneless
phone,
fuck nigga.
just because
How-
he takes her phone when she goes to the restroom doesn't make him toxic. It means he's protecting his investment.
How many songs do we hear about Drake talking about, I want to fly you out and all this other stuff, or you're beautiful, or I'm jaded, and
A
all
lot.
this
He
stuff.
just says it.
He
He
sets
says
up-
he says
He's
it a lot.
toxic.
He says it a lot. All he does is I was talking
Now.
to my mom about you. It's a different setup.
Hey, that's a bad.
He is. I was
Anytime
talking to
you
my
tell a
mom
girl,
about you.
I was talking to my mom
Right.
about you.
Yeah, and
That's
so
a bad.
he
That's a
sets it up. He sets it up to where mom knows about you, but I'm done with you.
He's a nice fuck nigga. Everybody knows Drake is toxic.
I'm
Okay.
not. Listen, I'm not gonna argue.
We didn't
with
know that though at
Steph.net.
first.
Oh.
No,
When-
most
when-
niggas.
You ain't listening
when
to the song?
when
Most
he was
ni-
reciting the lyrics through the BlackBerry, we didn't know that. We just thought he was Drake from Degrassi. He's innocent. That he's this nice guy.
And
he's
he
a
hates.
gentleman.
And he hates when you talk about his biracialness. So we kind of feel bad for him.
Facts.
Man,
We
Drake
do.
toxic, Future
You know what,
toxic.
yeah,
My
he-
favorite-
Drake
Tell
has
Drake does
written,
have like a.
he's written plenty of lines about not being black enough.
He does have like a little pity level to him.
He does.
Like, you know, like a
Oh,
little,
he's definitely petty. Yeah,
Oh.
for sure.
no, not petty. Pity.
No, he said pity.
Oh,
like,
pity.
Like there's
yeah,
a little bit of
yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right, we feel, you know, he's been through some shit.
He's
you know.
petty too, though.
He
Drake
sounds like-
Drake has definitely been through some shit. Why I fuck with Drake so much is I feel like Drake tells me real stories. You know, shit that I can relate to.
I feel like he's not
You know what
being
I mean?
fake either.
I just
Miami
see,
has-
and then I feel like he said, we don't feel bad for Future because Future talk about Zanny Percocet, right, and then he turns around and says, I don't even do drugs. You know what I mean?
he did.
Right.
He did do that.
So shit like that, and then you got historically Future is viewed as a nigga who gets a lot of money,
Right.
and he smashes a lot of chicks. Obviously, he doesn't like the way condoms feel, and he doesn't like to pull out.
Ain't his music not that good?
You crazy?
Well, and
don't
let's
like
not
Future
let
like
Future
that.
off the hook here, because it seems like we talking about Drake a lot.
Future's trash.
That was a lot.
It was a lot.
I told my dog to learn from you.
I said, was he talking about Spot or Itchy? Was his dog named Itchy?
Shut.
Right? Was he talking to Itchy
I
or
don't
talking
know.
about
I
one
don't-
of his little niggas
Either way, you act just like you look.
like Itchy, the
What?
dog? That's fucked up, bro.
Like, how do you sleep with somebody unprotected? Now they ugly.
Because he was on drugs and he was drunk. He said that already.
He said, "Don't get me high and treat an ugly girl pretty." Huge mistake,
That's trash.
bruh.
I understand how frustrated Future is because he's had another baby, but you gotta take accountability.
All these different times.
Yeah,
Come on,
you
bruh.
have to.
You
man.
can't. That.
Well, and he
Just
trashed-
be a father.
Let's
ain't
look
trash.
at out who else he trashed. He trashed Sierra,
Mm-hmm.
and look at her now.
Is Sierra?
Glowing.
Is she spotless?
Nobody said she was, but he has a track record of being the problem.
Yes.
So,
But people
so
was trying
as
to drag
as
Sierra
in
like she
as in
was
G
the problem.
Focus's Facebook post, the common denominator.
Common denominator's Future.
He's the common
There's
denominator.
9 baby mamas, and you slept with all of them. I think it's pretty clear.
Which one didn't you sleep with, bro? Point them out. Yeah, niggas keep blaming niggas for having weak pullout game, bro. That's crazy, nigga.
Maybe he needs to stop getting high.
Hey, you know
but
how
I
many?
don't know what it is.
You know
man.
how many babies I have from people that I didn't have sex with? None, nigga. Not one. I don't have a single baby from somebody I did not smash.
I mean, yeah. It's
That- I
facts.
mean, you
There's
kinda-
no other way.
Logic.
The baby got here somehow.
It's the everyday podcast for everyday people. Straight
Facts.
up. Usually, I mean, come on, man. Like, I'm still gonna listen to his music.
I'm not.
I am.
I can't.
I don't.
I you
That's
know
the
what I'm
one
saying?
Drake album I don't listen to is the one with Future.
With Future?
Yeah, I can't.
Why? Because you can't understand him?
I don't like
You
Future.
gotta listen harder.
I don't like his music. Like
Future, he gives bars.
Yeah.
whatever. That's that one. It just the lyrics just win.
Life is good.
Working on the weekend like usual.
Come on now.
Man, get out of here.
Way up in the deep end like usual.
Well,
Niggas get they pass
I-
up. They
I
doing
turn-
too
I turn-
much.
You little bitch.
I turn it off when it gets to Future part.
100,000 other dick you ring a little bitch. What you talking
I don't
about?
listen to Future part though.
while we're on the topic of
100,000 for the small man.
baby daddies and baby mamas,
Uh-oh.
this came about in the group chat.
Shit.
Hold on.
Shit. You all right?
Go ahead.
Steph was about to disown us for this one.
I don't want to talk about this.
Okay, we're gonna talk about it. I'm sorry.
I need a cigarette and I don't smoke.
How do we feel?
Are you on your job, sir?
How do we feel about dating men for Steph? Obviously. Pause. Or women that have kids. And this came about because of the Future conversation, the baby mama drama, all that comes with having children. If you're no longer with your significant other, how do we feel about dating?
You already know how I feel. I said no.
I'm on my girls meme. I'm on my girls meme that got hella kids package. This is a combo meal. You got to order the whole thing.
So Steph said
Exactly. I say no. And I mean, I feel like this. Like it's not nothing against people with kids because people with kids are dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's trash people whether they got kids or not. My thing is that's not just it's not a preference. It's a responsibility. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like enough people take that responsibility serious. If you're dating somebody with kids and you're trying to build a future, you think you could have a future with them, that's a responsibility. And if you're not willing to do that and you're not in that place that's not for you, don't do it. Don't waste somebody's time. These is their children.
Ours. Okay.
That's not what you said in the group chat.
Oh my God.
That's definitely not what you said in the group chat. What you said in the group chat was, you don't got time to be raising nobody's kids.
I did not say
Nah,
that.
she didn't say that.
No, but for real, it's a responsibility.
Hey, look.
I agree with
listen,
that.
listen,
I-
listen to
that
me.
part I
If
agree
she
with.
said it like that in the group chat, it wouldn't have got out of hand.
Well, the context that it came up was it was a situation, and I said, see, that's why I ain't date nobody with kids. So that's why it came like, y'all was ready to just drag me all up and down the chat.
Listen,
But it's the way that the conversation started was from an incident that I said, see, that's why right there.
Oh,
I
so
mean,
you
but
push the offense button coming out the gate. See, that's what happens. That's what happens when you don't choose your words wisely. When you think you could just be out here trashing niggas with kids, and your niggas got kids, right? It made me feel some kind of way.
So, yeah.
I feel like
Would you rather somebody tell you up front that, that's not really a responsibility that they looking for?
Well, this was my issue that I had with the comment, and it's not really an issue. It's I feel like women and men mix up preferences with standards. And the point that you make about responsibility makes a ton of sense.
That wasn't the conversation earlier,
But
though.
what my point is let's say there's 10 men. Let's say 5 of them have kids. If you say I'm not going to date men with kids, you are cutting down your field by 50%. And you may miss out on a dope individual because they have a child. Now, if they are not in a mental space or they're not mature enough to take care of children, that's that's different than a preference.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard people say, I will I want to have children, but I don't want to date somebody with children because they want to have their child with, whoever they get married to. That's fine. Just you also have to realize that may not be a reality.
Facts.
You may find the person that hits all of your other boxes except for that one. So my question would be, would you leave all of those other good qualities because of that. The same thing like when I hear people say, and it's not similar, but it's a similar conversation. I'm not going to date a man unless he's 6 feet and up.
That's not the same.
No, I didn't. I just said it's not the same. I said it's a similar conversation where you're cutting down. Just listen. You're cutting down your opportunities to find somebody that may fit well with you, all because of one thing or one preference. Obviously, having children, that is a huge responsibility. But we're all in the same kind of age bracket. Yep. And when you start getting 30 and up, and I'm not saying that you got to settle. All I'm saying
that's
is
what you're saying.
No,
that's not what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I think it is irresponsible to not have an open mind to dating somebody that you would normally close your mind off to. Because I've talked to women that say, I will not date nobody with kids, and guess what? They're dating somebody with kids.
You goddamn right.
And you know what? I look at it like this. I said that I wasn't going to date nobody from Sacramento. And I was very adamant about that. I dated one person from Sacramento, and I ain't dating nobody from Sacramento.
And who
you
call daddy right now?
I moved all the way to Texas. All the way to Texas. You couldn't tell me I wasn't going to give me a little man Southern hospitality. And the first person I meet and like is from Sacramento.
Yeah.
Like, you sometimes,
Ain't
if it's
that
meant to
some
be,
shit.
it's going to happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what your preferences are.
But the kids thing is, like you said, is a lot more in depth than that.
Right.
I have kids. I don't want nobody who's not ready to have kids
Facts.
around.
Period.
Facts.
So that's
Right?
why you shouldn't be offended.
Right.
You should just skip
I'm-
that person over. Like,
I'm not offended at all. But realistically, right, we're 30s, mid 30s, right? The field of play, especially the way sex is propagandarized and right. Yeah, that's gonna be my word. That's gonna be my word. Propagandarized, right?
Propagandarized.
Right. Susan's
I'm gonna make sure
propagandarized.
the spelling of that.
Gandarized. Ganderized.
I bet.
Hey,
Make
look.
sure I put that word on the video. So
The
people
way
know how to
that
say it. Propagandarized.
the way that is propagandarized is,
Trademark.
look, listen, let me get through my thought. Let me get through my thought. Let me get through my
All
thought.
right, come on.
And so look, but real shit. The way that it's propagandarized is
stop saying that shit, please.
why I say shit to you guys all the
The
time.
way it's portrayed.
I say it all the
The
time.
way it's portrayed.
Nah, nigga, because it's propagandarized. because it's because propaganda is sold to make you believe something, right? So that's why. But what I'm saying is, the way that sex is sold and the way that things are, people don't not have kids, right? And he's right. You could have 10 people, and you do limit your field to 5 people, but you might find what you want in those 5 people, right? Yeah. But you might not in those 5 people. I can tell you right now that if you meet a man who's a great father, he's way more mature than any nigga who doesn't have kids, for sure, right? So you have to levy those preferences. But if kids aren't for you, they're not for you.
Facts.
Right? I can tell you right now, I live my life way different than some people. You know what I'm saying? Way different than some people.
The shade.
Hey, I'm right here, bro. I'm right here.
because I can't make moves for myself.
Facts.
I have to make moves for a unit, right? So these are things that you have to consider, right? If you're a person who doesn't have kids, I understand you not wanting to have kids because you might want to run out and do some hood rat shit with your friends.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
No ties.
Me, I don't want to do hood rat shit with my friends. I want to get money. That's why I'm here with y'all, right? That's why we run businesses and that's why we do the things that we do, right? But the other thing is, there's some deadbeat niggas with kids.
Facts.
Hello?
You got to look at the full spectrum. So
But you got to look at it like this, too. And what I be trying to tell people is when you enter a situation with somebody with kids, whether you want to or think you have to or not, if you're serious and you're having a future, you have to co-parent with them and
That's true.
the person you have kids with. If you don't want that type of situation or you know that you're not built for that kind of situation,
right.
why even, you know what I mean?
I feel like that's a big killer because my relationship with my baby moms is phenomenal, right? We get along, we text, we talk. The kids, we're great. We don't fight. But that was something that we had to work on outside of our relationship so that both of us could have successful relationships outside of each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess I'm kind of biased, like you would be kind of biased, right? Where I feel like you should give people a chance because in my life, I don't got drama. like that.
And I mean, I'm not saying that you don't, but it's still gonna be there, whether you say it or not, or whether you just automatically cut the person off. It's still gonna be, if you have a dude with kids and a dude without kids, I'm like, you gonna kind of lean towards a dude without kids if you like him too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I know a lot of my friends said that they prefer a dude without kids, but they're not completely closed off to if one.
I
with
mean,
kids.
if you got a successful dude without kids, it's mostly because he's about his business, right? So you have to look at it. You have to look at the totality of what you're really asking for. If you want to be with a lawyer, that motherfucker's never gonna be home. If you want to be with a doctor, he's never gonna be home. You understand what I'm saying? So you really do have to be mature enough to
Know what you want.
Yeah, you have to know
gotta
what you want, and that's the first things first, right? Be able to identify your own self, know your own traumas, know your own triggers, right? Be able to identify if you're mature enough to handle X, Y, and Z. I think that first part where we're talking about knowing self, that's not even accounted for, because most people change what they want based off of the last relationship they had.
Facts.
That's facts.
They don't want. Man, come
Yeah,
on,
and
bro.
that's facts. And I think
Nah, don't look at me like that, bro.
I mean, Ronnie had brought up the fact that I didn't have no experience dating dudes with kids. But you got to think about it, though. I might not have that experience, but I have experience of growing up in a co-parenting situation. And I could say that's not what I want to do. Not saying that they didn't do it right. I just know how much it takes to do it. And how you know what I mean? They did a lot of things right. They did some things wrong. You know what I mean? And
No, look how you came out.
growing up in that, I'm like, that's a lot. That's a lot of responsibility.
It is a lot. It is, but it is a lot. If I would say, me and my baby mom, we're kind of systematic. We know what it's gonna take during the week. I don't even have to talk to her. We know what it's gonna. We've been doing it so long and well for so long that it's automatic. You're right. I don't have to talk to her about doctor's visits, whatever. Right? We just know. But I think that takes. I think we're from a different generation.
But it's y'all though. Think about it. Like
No,
me
that's
and
true. That's what I
Tyson,
said.
we talk about how how we want to raise our kids, things we want to do for our kids. If that don't match up to what your baby mama want,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
there's
but I
it's-
think
you know what I mean.
but
Like
think
I might want to run my household,
Right.
have my household a certain way.
Right.
It's not just my decision. I have a whole
Right.
other
Consider
household
somebody.
to
and
consider.
you definitely, like I said, you definitely have the right to feel however you want to feel. But again, I'm just gonna say what I said, because I feel like we're both at a neutral place when it comes to this. I just
Finally.
think
Finally.
you really just have to count the cost, and the cost isn't what it takes to get that. The cost is really what it takes to maintain that. Right? That's what you're counting the cost. You're counting the cost of maintenance. Because I know a lot of niggas who bought 2004 Mercedes this year, and they've been in the shop because it cost $1,000 to repair it. They didn't count the cost to maintain that shit. They wanted to, you know what I'm
It's
saying?
a lot.
It's
You know what I
2020,
mean?
nigga. You bought a 2004 and you didn't count the cost.
and it's
Imagine
fair.
gonna
And
start
it's
with
fair to say, I just don't like just off the bat. I'm not going to do this. Okay, well, is there a reason why? If there's like the reason that you said, those are perfectly legitimate reasons. I'm not mentally ready to deal with that. I don't want, my communication is not up to par to be able to communicate with somebody that may not like me and have to deal with different rules in different houses and things like that.
My thing is, I don't have to though. That's the thing. Like, it's a choice. You know what I mean?
I'm
and
not.
that's the thing. My thing is that you guys are saying, if I say that even if I can do it, I don't want to. You could not want to do something. Like, that's perfectly fine. You know what I mean? Especially when there's other options. Like, if that's the only option, like, y'all make it seem like there's no, if you don't want to do it with kids, you're going to be lonely, you're going to be bitter, you're going to be all of this. Like, that's not necessarily the case. Like,
No, that's not what I said.
That's-
What
That's what y'all say.
No, let me clarify. You can do whatever it is you want to do. If you want to love whatever, love whoever you want to love, and your preference is your preference.
Him,
what
her,
I'm
or them.
saying is that it dwindles your opportunity to maybe
my
potentially
opportunity to get
Hold-
something
hold-
that I don't
hold
want.
Hold on.
I don't want it.
Hold
Like,
on.
the
Hey,
expense of
that's-
that
hold on.
opportunity is
Hold-
not a
hold
problem.
on.
Hey, press the
I'm
ding
not-
ding button.
I'm
Whatever
not-
the ding ding button
I'm
is,
not
press
done.
it.
I'm not done.
Me, me,
talking.
me, me. Right? You feel me? Ding, 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 ding,
What
ding,
I'm
ding,
saying
ding.
is that you may. It is potential. I'm not saying you are, and I'm not saying you will.
But how are you missing out on something that you don't want?
Because so how many times do we get into a relationship?
I see where he's going with this.
How many times do we get into a relationship and we don't know what we're dealing with
Facts.
until we're in the relationship.
Facts.
So you're telling me you already know what you're getting yourself into before you have any conversation, before you date the person, before any of that. Like what Ronnie or what Rajio's saying, right? He's saying
not
that
just the person.
Hold
it's
on.
a combo meal. Didn't you say that?
And that's fine, but his situation, it's completely seamless.
Yep.
So you're saying, oh, well, I don't want to date men with kids because of the potential for baby mama drama. There is no drama. So you are already cutting off an opportunity because of a perceived perception that you think there's going to be drama.
It's not
You
even
worried
drama.
about possible
I don't
potential.
I don't want the responsibility of raising your child and co-parenting with your baby mama.
And that's
I
the
don't wanna do
reason.
that.
And that's the
I
reason.
want
And
to-
that's fine.
I want
Yeah,
the
that's a
situation
good-
I got.
That's
You know what
And-
I'm saying?
and
Like, I
that-
got,
Yeah, but
I
you
got
had
what I
that.
wanted.
My point was with you is you had that situation tucked for quite a long time. Now, when we're talking about people, what he's talking about is people in their 30s and stuff, right? Every person that I've ever dated or hung out with that said they don't want a guy with kids. Once you get acclimated to my life, it's easy. It's super easy, right? My baby mom's not intrusive. She don't pop up. She ain't calling me for ridiculous stuff. I ain't paying no ridiculous amounts of child support. My life isn't affected by my relationship with my BM. I understand what you're saying also, that you may not want to talk to her or co-parent or be bothered with my kids, right? But the point is, I have my life together, right? And I have my life together financially, everything. I'm good, right? So what he's saying is you may miss opportunities to have good men, right? Or based on
Or women.
right? Or based on a preference, right? Based on a preference, and everything else you want is already there. But if you're completely adamant about not having someone else's kids, then you do run the risk of looking for that for a long time, because we're not getting
I feel like
younger.
it's kind of it's crazy to think that we live in a time that single people can't not have kids. Like it. I mean, that's if you're single. You know what I mean? Like you look at people and you're like, you're single and you ain't got no kids.
Didn't you
It's
ask?
not you're single at 30 and you ain't found your life partner.
You know
That's
what-
gonna be me,
you,
damn
you
near.
know what's crazier? I know you guys don't have kids, and I probably know about 4 or 5 other people that are over 30 that don't have kids. And I'm not like a person who is a hermit. I know a lot of people. We all got kids, right? The men and the women alike. Most of the people, like I said, who don't have kids were because they are on some I want to enjoy my life and build my business stuff like you guys are. You know what I'm saying? And you were fortunate enough to find someone who didn't make mistakes young. And that just is what it is. You were absolutely fortunate to find that. I don't know how Photo B is out here without babies. I don't know.
We're
But
not-
God-
we're
but
It's
we're
not
gonna
that
delve into
hard. That's
But
the thing.
God
I be
is
trying
good.
to tell people it's not that hard,
God,
bro.
look at him.
Pull out
Look
game.
at him.
Pull
Look
out
at him.
game.
Pull out
Finna
game.
be 29
Oh.
It's not that hard.
No, it's not that hard because you've been consistently with the
It's
same.
so many options. Well, I'm not talking about like after you.
We're gonna
you know
have-
what I'm saying?
but
I'm
there's
saying
people-
There's so many options
Hey,
ahead
He
of
was
time.
like, wait, hold on.
You know how many people you know how many women I've heard with the story I was on birth control and I still got
Yeah,
pregnant?
That happens. That's why I said there's
Okay.
a lot of different stories. I'm not gonna say that it's not.
Right.
But you know,
Some people were trying to be responsible. Right,
Yes, for sure.
I was in a full ass marriage when I had kids, right?
That's
So
what I'm saying.
I wasn't out here just shooting off. I've never had anybody else pregnant my
and that's
entire
what I'm
life.
saying. You could still be open minded, but
You know what I
I'm
mean?
just saying like you can't because you have kids. You can't just automatically tell somebody that's single without kids that there's no hope for them.
We're not saying that.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying in general, like
Right.
you can't just act like, oh, you're getting older. It's too late to
reality,
find
though.
somebody without kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
But
And-
that's
and
that's
we're
part,
not.
I
that's
feel
part
like
of the
that's whack.
that's part of the reality though. Even though it's whack to you, that is part of the reality. People are getting older, they're getting married, they're starting to have kids, right? So
but what's worse, being older and just being like, you know what? I'ma just get with the first good man I could find just to have one. Or what's wrong with being by yourself?
I just want
Until you get exactly what you want. What's wrong with it?
Well, because
exactly.
you
Because
know
people
what
act
you
like
want.
being alone is so badly.
Exactly what
Alone
you
does
want.
not mean lonely.
Because,
work.
and I think
What,
that's
being
my
lonely?
point, is because you might not get what you want.
Facts. It always takes work, no matter who
Okay.
you
There's
get.
plenty. There's plenty of times where you find somebody, and once again, I think sometimes we have a warped perception of what is good for us and what we want. And I'm not saying that being in a relationship with somebody that has kids is good for you. What I'm just saying is that you can standard your way out of plenty of good relationships. Oh, he doesn't make the kind of money that I want. He doesn't drive the kind of car that I want. He's not as tall as I want. He's not as fit as I want. He doesn't go to the same church that I want. And then it's like, okay, you're getting to a point where you're, again, when you start getting older, and we're not saying that there's nothing wrong with you being alone, but when you get older, obviously, science says that when you get to the age of 35, it becomes harder for you to bear children. That's just a reality. So if you're waiting that long, some women are trying to have children younger. So you're going to be in a field, and I'm just talking about as a man.
I never just have kids because
science said
no,
you're
I'm
going
saying
out.
I never just have. I would rather not have kids than have them with the wrong person.
And
Because
that's perfectly fine.
I've seen how terrible it can be if you have kids with the wrong person.
And I guarantee you, if
and
you
I'm not
ask,
saying everybody that had kids early had kids with the wrong person.
Right.
I'm saying
If you're
it's
not
a lot
with
to
them, it was
consider.
the wrong
You
person.
could have had kids with a future.
right.
trying to you know what I mean? Like, come on.
I'm gonna reiterate what I said again. You are very blessed and you are very fortunate,
Definitely.
right?
I ain't gonna take that for granted.
And I'm blessed too because I have a situation that could be a nightmare.
Exactly.
And my baby mama's dope as hell. You know what I mean? And she don't be in my business. She don't bother me. You know, it is what it is. I feel like both of us come from very, very specific places where we are anomalies.
I don't think so, because I think I'm the type of person that I always cape for, and when every time people always want to say it's baby mama, I don't even go with that narrative.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know so many people with dope situations that are co-parenting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely the person that says because I came from a dope co-parenting situation. You
Again,
know what I mean? So I'm not
that's
against it.
that's
I just
again
said
that's
I don't want to do it.
That's more anomaly shit. We're not the norm, right? The norm is when people have babies and stuff, they're beefing and they're fighting, right?
All on Facebook.
No, real shit.
Yeah,
so it's not even though we're surrounded by who we are, it's because we've purposely positioned ourselves to not be in those type of situations. You know what I'm saying? We stay away from that. This is why I think we're so impactful. But I think that at the end of the day, people are gonna do what they want.
Yeah.
Right. And I can
And
see.
you definitely should keep an open mind.
And I hate to
know
be this
yourself.
guy.
Know yourself.
I
Keep
hate
an open mind, but know yourself.
I hate
and
to
know
be
your
this guy.
limitations.
Yes.
I hate to be the neutral guy. I hate it because I don't feel like I'm picking a side.
You were neutral?
I bring it out. I bring it out of you.
I am. I do feel like it's neutral. I would. There's no way in hell I would want a woman around my kids that
Right.
doesn't want kids.
want to be around. Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? Because I've been in situations where I'm super dope, and then people will want to stay around, right?
Just
Because I have things, right? And then at the same time, they don't want to step up into the parental position, right? And although that takes time, if you're gonna be in my life, you have to accept those roles, right?
Period.
You have to accept those roles. So I don't want that, but I also understand too that if you want to be by yourself until you find the perfect guy that you're still gonna have to work on later with or without kids,
It's
you
all
can do that.
priorities. It's all priorities. At the end of the day, we all have preferences, but what are your deal breakers?
But
Like-
to me, a preference doesn't have to be a deal breaker.
That's true.
but it can be.
It can be, but it depends on your
Well,
mindset.
and
my
then
preferences weren't deal breakers.
Well,
depends
but
on the
then
package.
again, so but
Depends on the
and-
package.
And then
Is
when
it
I'm saying
fragile
that,
and
I'm
broken?
saying it under the
Or is it
impression
working
that
properly?
again, most people mix up preferences and standards. A preference to me is something I prefer.
A standard is something like, respect, that kind of stuff. Not
Well-
he got to be 6 foot. That's not a standard.
Well, like to me, a standard is, do you have a relationship with God? That's a standard.
That's what I'm saying. Like
That there's
the
no wiggle
base
room on that.
things,
Right.
Those are deal breakers.
But
The
some
standard is a
people,
deal breaker.
but some people will use a preference as a standard. Like I said, I'm if comment in the comments if you feel like this, because we need to have this deeper conversation. We might have it at a different time. I've seen women say, I am not dating anybody that is shorter than 6 feet tall.
I've seen that.
That's not
Even if they got everything, I've seen that, and that's.
But you can't compare the kid deal breaker to a height deal breaker.
No.
it
What
ain't
I'm
the
saying,
same.
what I'm saying is that it depends on a person's priorities.
No, I get it.
Because
If
somebody's
your
height is
priorities,
You might
if
pri-
your
if you-
prioritize is the height, you
If
need to grow the
prioritize
fuck
that
up.
high,
Because you can't be
You gotta grow the fuck
You can't
up.
be 5'5" when I want somebody who's 6 foot, and then
Right.
somebody come 5'10", got everything else that you want, but you still wearing heels and you ain't his height.
Right,
What you
right.
tripping off of?
Yeah,
And speaking of preferences, like for
I'm
me
6 foot, by
personally,
the way.
I preferred dark men. That
There
does
you-
not
there you
mean
go,
I
sister.
don't date light
Right,
men. You get
right.
what I'm saying? It's like
That's
it's
your
just when
preference.
you're what's gonna catch your eye first. It's not necessarily that I'm not gonna look. You know what I mean?
You
But
did
what
good.
catches your
You
eye
met. You met.
first,
You met it.
It's you can't
You
help
qualified.
that. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Stay in the sun long
It's
enough. There
different
you
when you
go. There you
say
go. Just
I
enough.
like dark
Enough.
men. I would never date a light man ever.
Right.
That's you know what I mean? That's
right.
when it
And,
becomes.
and to me, that's a preference.
yeah, it's
That's a
real.
preference because for you to say I won't date anybody else that's lighter or that's this skin tone, it's like so.
It's no
is,
longer
is
a
that
preference. If
is
it's a
that
deal breaker.
is that high on your list? Is that a deal breaker? And again, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm not telling nobody not to, but what I'm saying is, so what if the perfect guy does come along and he's caramel complected? Then you're gonna say, oh nope, I'm not.
What
talking
color
to
is
you.
he?
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what
Caramel.
Caramel complete.
Caramel.
Caramel,
I mean, let
Oh.
my husband tell it. He's like, you claim you like dark men, but all you dated was light men. Because I'm not picking based on that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There you
Like,
go.
That's a preference, but it's
Hey.
not. But it's not high on your list.
Rob,
Right.
That's
Rob has
definitely
his
like
prep.
me.
Y'all definitely got what y'all wanted though, for sure. Y'all definitely did a good job.
Had the same thing. She's like, gotta be 6 foot, 6 foot or taller. Gotta be that. I'm like, so you mean to tell me? In my opinion, you mean to tell me if you met a guy that had everything else that you wanted in a man but wasn't 6 foot, you wouldn't go, you wouldn't mess with him? And she was like, no, because if they're not 6 foot, then they don't
Yeah. See.
check all the boxes.
Yeah, they need to grow
I
up,
was
bro.
like,
They need to grow
I
up.
wonder where she's at now.
They need to grow up.
hey, this was my third year of college.
They need-
Maybe,
She's lonely.
And she might
get-
have found a six
I get-
guy.
I get a-
mean, and more power to her. I'm
I-
not gonna tell nobody who to date and who not to date.
That's-
I'm just
I-
saying,
look.
you are running the risk of missing out on a
Nah,
potentially
nigga,
dope
she need
person.
to
That's
grow
all.
up. I'll say it. She need to grow up.
But she might have found it.
I hope she
Yeah.
did, but she
She
still
might
need to
have
grow up.
Good luck to her.
see her wig did look like he was taller than 6 foot.
Look. I'll tell you what, man. I think if you, this is how I feel about standards. I feel like whatever you, if you have like ridiculous standards like that, I feel like you gotta have your life together. Like
Facts.
it has to be, your life has to be good.
You gotta at least meet. One thing I see a
what I'm
lot is
saying?
people not meeting their own
Facts.
standards that they have for
Come
other
on,
people.
bro.
Like,
That's what I mean. Like you have incredible standards, right? I need a doctor. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with working at Payless.
Wait, hold on. That's a good question. So, if you have children, is it okay for you to not want to date somebody else?
I
that
know
has
a
children?
lot of people that say that. That's why I'm like, I know people with kids. I got kids, but I don't want to date nobody with kids.
Yeah, but you know what? You know how selfish that sounds?
Very.
You know what I'm saying? How dare you bring a suitcase, nigga, and a fucking freight train of baggage, nigga, and your fucked up relationship with your baby mom or your baby dad that this person's got to deal with, and they're willing to accept it, and you don't want to give the same effort?
Like how
Well, you know what? Think about this,
So are we
because
saying-
we talk about. Think about this. Unfortunately, in a lot of the cases, the dad ain't in the picture.
That's true.
So when dudes
true.
come in and date women with kids, unfortunately, all the time the dad ain't there. You know what I mean? In the other situation, the baby mama always gonna
Always.
be.
Bro,
there.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Period.
I'm gonna tell you what. I did.
It's very rare, but yes.
I done
But I'm
dated.
just saying,
I done
so
dated
it-
some
it-
girl.
Yeah,
I
I
done
get-
dated some girls where the dad wouldn't even shake my hand. You know what I'm saying? And I'm one of those niggas that you don't shake my hand, I'm not respecting you.
Right. That's the first impression. Yeah.
I'm
It's
not-
basically
I'm not
saying,
respecting you.
I don't want to mess with you.
Yeah, and then dating women with kids, I
come
just
back
feel
and
like
apologize.
a lot of the, not saying that dads ain't involved, but I'm saying a lot of responsibility is on the women.
Yeah, that's true.
No,
when
facts.
It comes to kids.
Facts.
So
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Facts.
y'all
I-
gotta go through much more.
I would agree with that.
Well, only because, like you said, I think like you don't find a lot of single. I have 4 or 5 friends that are single dads, which is I feel like this is crazy because it's not the norm. It's becoming more of the norm though as we get older. But I would. There's no way I could, for myself in my own mind, have twins and then be like, I'm not fucking with nobody with kids. But I want you to help me with my 2 6-year-olds.
Well,
You know
but
what I mean?
again, the question was, we were talking about preferences.
And
Right.
you don't get to have a preference when you have kids. You get what you get.
No,
get what
your
you
preferences
get.
are
You-
just widened.
No, right. Your preferences can't be like you can't have kids. Now you can.
But that's a preference.
I feel like this though. I feel like you can have a numeric value. Right, you
No.
can't say
What?
0, but you can't be like,
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
can
dating
have
nobody who
hella
has 6
kids.
kids. Right,
Right.
right. Yeah, I'll
Right.
date
Hey,
It's
somebody
like
with
being
kids.
like, I want to date somebody. You gotta have a car. You gotta have it, and you walking.
That's a lot of
You
people.
can't do that.
That's a lot of people. That's
I-
a
see,
most.
so
a lot of people.
So that's where I have
Both
the issue.
can't be broke.
Hold on. But that's where I have the issue though. So we said that preferences are okay, but then we said as soon as you have something, then you don't get a chance to have preferences. So what if that person did not want to melt or blend families because it would be more complicated to blend the family than dating somebody that doesn't have kids? So we're telling people that it's okay to have preferences if you don't have kids. But as soon as you have kids and all of your preferences get thrown out the window,
Nah, you
But
just
I
have
can
to
bring
be
kids in a
more. You
relationship
just
if
have
you
to
can.
be more mature. You have to be more open-minded. Like you said about the girls. You have to understand your position, right? Understand your position. I'm not gonna be 400 pounds and then be mad at you how you look right now and be like, you need to get in shape.
but we're talking about kids though.
Right, but it's the same. It's the same
No.
concept.
So you said that
Responsibility
you
and
put
health.
a numeric. You say you put a numeric number on the preference.
the amount of kids.
So
are-
let's say I
yeah.
say I have 2 kids
Yeah.
and I don't want to date anybody that has more than 3.
Okay.
So the same argument that we said that you might miss out on a dope person
Yeah.
because they have X and X and X. Now we're saying, oh, well, no, if you do have kids, then you cannot say I have a preference and you need to just take whatever you can get.
Listen.
Where
So
you preaching that tomorrow,
ooh,
brother?
boy.
Listen.
Hold on.
You gonna miss out on a dope person
Listen.
because of your preference.
But my chances are 3 times greater.
Oh, here we go. And with that said, we're going to go to the ones gotta go.
Oh.
Usually we play this with the guests, but we're going to go ahead and do the ones gotta go, and then we're going to debut some new music for y'all. You know what I mean? So, again, before we do that, I want to shout out the YouTube viewership. I want to shout out Spotify. I want to shout out Apple iTunes,
Shout out to the
everybody
real
that
ones.
is listening,
out to
everybody
the
that's
real.
rocking with us this Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully you guys are staying safe and staying quarantined up.
Barbecue in a bubble.
So I picked the one gotta go based on like the versus edition.
Okay.
So do y'all want to do since it's coming up? Y'all want to do? I did one for Luda and Nelly, 112 and Jagged Edge, and Usher and Chris Brown. Y'all want to do 112 and Jagged Edge since they coming up?
We're doing what one of them has to go.
One of
Those battles have to go.
One of their songs gotta go.
Oh.
I put each one versus each other.
I would like to do Luda and Nelly.
That's gonna be easy.
Let us do the 112 Jagged Edge since it's
All
coming
right,
up.
so
My
112,
chop-chops in the
112
parking
Jagged
lots.
Edge, 112 Only You remix, 112 Cupid, Jagged Edge Walked Out of Heaven, Jagged Edge Let's Get Married remix. Which one gotta go?
Dang, that's a hard one.
Which one gotta go?
In the case of not being hypocritical, because I got these niggas winning. Both of them 112 songs can get out of here.
No, one gotta go.
One gotta go.
Don't do 112.
One gotta go.
It can't be Cupid.
It definitely ain't Cupid.
It's
Cupid staying.
It can't.
Absolutely.
Cupid
Well, it
gotta
can't
stay.
be
How
Only
you
You
gonna be-
remix.
how
That
you
was
gonna
a
be
bop.
mad?
Only You, exactly. Only You remix ain't going
Only
nowhere.
You is gone.
Oh man.
You gone. You're fired. Turn his mic
Wow.
off.
Walk right out of
Hey, nah, we-
heaven.
Okay.
Meet me at the altar.
Photo B.
He gonna say the same thing to me.
Yeah, I can't get rid of it.
Wow.
I can't. I got emotional ties to that song.
Yes.
I can't.
Yes.
So you
What
keeping Walked Out of Heaven
Is going.
and Let's Get
Right
Married?
out of heaven.
Yes.
Walked
Come
Out of
on,
Heaven could go.
man.
And I love Walked Out of Heaven.
Hey,
but
you
I'm sorry.
crazy.
Bye,
You
Walked Out
crazy.
of Heaven.
Walked Out of Heaven gotta go.
Thank you, Rob.
Only You
We're
remix
back
is
on
a
the same
classic.
page.
Y'all tripping.
No,
Ripping.
Mace
You're
and
tripping.
Biggie.
you're tripping.
How do it go?
Wow.
You know what? That's your husband. That's your husband.
I just did all this bigging him up.
Mm-hmm.
And he don't know how Only You remix go.
Nigga, you know what? And you were the one she chose.
Why can't we just
Hey,
come on?
You were the one she chose.
That's a vibe. I'm sorry.
You're
Y'all-
not letting that go.
that
Y'all
is-
crazy.
That will forever be played at the barbecue.
Cut it off.
Cut it off.
For real.
Because he rethinking his decision.
I'm not.
I am. I am.
Walk That in Heaven
Thank
gotta
you.
go, man.
I am.
Cause
Walk
look,
That
hey,
Heaven.
Let's talk about it, all right? Let's Get Married remix. That's never going away.
I'm probably gonna get married to that.
That is a classic
I'm
song
probably
that
gonna
would
get
be
married
played
to
at multiple weddings.
But while she's walking down the aisle, she'll be walking out of heaven. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I did right there?
Nah, man.
Well,
and
I
then,
love Walk
what
Outta
was
Heaven.
it? Cupid? Cupid's a
Cupid,
classic. You can't get rid of
Can't
classic.
let night tell
Only you
you I
remix. You
love
can't
you.
get rid of that. That's like peak Bad Boy era.
Look,
But I'm not. Let me be clear. Walked Out of Heaven is definitely a great,
It's dope.
wonderful song. But if I had to choose between that and Let's Get Married,
hey, when you niggas are standing at the altar at my wedding and shit, right? It'll be Walked Out of Heaven, bro.
I'm not. No.
Yeah.
He said.
y'all want to do another one?
Yes,
Hold on, whoa.
I'm
Hold on.
No,
Let
for
me
sure.
repeat. You said that when we're standing there.
At the altar, yeah.
Oh,
And-
okay.
And we're all
Okay.
waiting, and we're all
Okay.
waiting for her to walk down the aisle.
Okay, that's fine.
Let's do another one.
That'll-
Let's do Usher, Chris Brown.
it'll be in 4 months.
Oh.
let's do that. Let's do that.
Okay, Usher, Chris Brown, Usher, Burn, Usher, yeah, Chris Brown, Poppin', Chris Brown, Deuces. One gotta go.
Poppin' maybe.
Wait, hold on.
He
What was it?
said
Oh, wait.
Poppin',
Wait,
bro.
Hold on.
let me think.
It was Poppin', Deuces,
Burn,
Burn.
and yeah. Let it burn, let it burn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I probably
think I would let
was
Yeah
just
go,
like
too.
yeah go.
I think I would.
I'm gonna let yeah go.
He said Poppin'.
I'm letting yeah go.
I mean, come on, can I
Hey,
think?
yeah
everything
was
else-
a iconic smash.
Dirt,
Iconic.
Boy,
It was a hit. It was a hit.
It was.
It changed the game.
Burn could go too.
I'm so glad
I'm letting
that
yeah go.
Rob
I'm
is
letting
thinking
yeah go.
about this. Like everybody else
Burn
just
is
being
cool.
reckless.
No.
Rob actually thinking
That
this
was
through.
tough.
This isn't a lifelong decision. This isn't him trying to find a wife with kids.
It's between.
See, you
it's
want to keep yeah because of the clap.
It's between
He
Poppin'.
was just doing that clap.
was just doing the clap.
He
That's why he
was
want to
just
keep it.
doing the clap.
That's why he want to
Now
keep
he
it.
turning.
He already tripped.
Yes.
It's between Poppin'.
Well, it's not Deuces.
Blood, why are you out here? He's just caping for his wife like he's supposed
It's between.
to.
Okay.
Like
when
he's
was the last
supposed
time?
to.
Yeah,
He
and I
want-
don't agree.
When was the
He
last
want
time
some-
that we
he
played
want a-
Pop?
He want a home cooked meal.
You want a home cook one?
Rob,
That's what I'm saying.
Rob, I was on your side,
No,
bro.
no. Listen.
You
It's
coming for
between-
popping neck, and I'm not
it's
feeling it.
between. Well, it's not Deuces. That is a breakup clap. Like, and anytime you going through a breakup,
Ooh,
Deuces
when me
get
and
turned
him
back
broke
on.
up.
Yeah. Chunking up.
Yeah is an
deuces.
iconic club song.
Burn was one.
And plus, it got played out. I think Yeah got played so much that I just never want to hear it again.
Yeah, I'm good
That's
off of that.
true.
But Burn is kind of the same, like, because Confessions got played so much.
It did.
It went diamond.
because it went
It did go
stupid.
down. I
It
know.
went hard.
But Burn, like, if you were to rank the songs on Confessions, Burn is probably, to me, not even in like the top 10. Can you
okay, but we're not
handle
talking
it?
about the rest of the song. We're talking about these folk.
right.
I know. I'm just saying.
He bringing up. See,
I-
the fact that you
I
brought up
think
the
it's
whole
Burn.
album.
I think
How
it's
you gonna
Burn.
try to bring the team in?
I'm gonna say Burn.
I
I'ma say
think
Burn.
honestly,
Hey,
I love
look,
Usher, but I think I might say Burn.
I just listened
too.
to Poppin' again. That shit can go.
Say.
That's why I
say
said
what
it's
your
between-
You be
It can
thinking
go.
you know people.
Ooh,
It can
yeah,
go.
that fits you, girl.
You be
It
in
can go.
business
Where you
relationships
headed?
with people.
Yeah.
You be thinking you know
Can I
them.
walk with you, girl?
Yeah.
You got that look in your eyes. You look like boy, you ain't good no time. And I'm on it. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Trying to listen to that song. You just do
It's been a long time.
do all the words.
Yeah.
Almost.
Hey, listen.
Bop.
Listen.
Baby, it's the first time at a
The
girl.
bubble.
Who think they was on fire?
He said pop can go. Okay, Ronnie's.
I agree with you, Rob.
So we
I'm
gonna
gonna go with
get.
Rob with
I
Burn.
agree.
Burn. Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna go
think
with
so.
Burn,
I
and
think
I love
Burn gotta
Usher.
go.
And
I'm
I
still
love
going
Burn,
with yeah.
but
Yeah, can go. Yeah, can go.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, can go.
I just been, during that time, the club was popping. And
Right.
yeah,
I
that
wasn't
was
old
one of
enough
the
for the club.
songs.
And
Yeah,
you've also
but-
been burned. So
I was at the. I was
I-
got,
but I
that was
didn't
for
go
high
to
school.
Burn.
It's got to be related to the.
I didn't
High
go to
school
Burn when I
dances
got
and
burned.
shit.
Yeah, when you got burned.
No,
know.
I didn't go to Burn when I got burned. That was one of the
Chlamydia.
songs I got.
Wait, rephrase that. When you got burned.
He did. He
Yeah,
had
'cause
In a
chlamydia.
relationship.
Still rephrase that.
I have a clean bill
Put
of
an
health.
asterisk on that.
Clean bill of health. Me and Usher are nowhere like.
Committed, y'all. To chlamydia.
I'm weak.
All right. So speaking of bops.
Niggas always trying to
Yes.
propagandarize some other shit I don't want to talk about.
Propagandarized. Hey, you better put that
Hey,
on a shirt.
That has to be a shirt or a hat.
Facts.
That has to be.
Merch.
Propagandarized.
That has to
We
be.
putting that on a shirt.
Trademark it before this
Yeah,
episode
please
drops.
do that.
Yeah.
So speaking of bops, we got a bop that we're gonna play for y'all right now. Anybody that has any hot music, send it our way. The Reverb Experiment at gmail.com.
That
And we just try to give people a platform to play their music. Music is art, so we're gonna play this project. It is off the Best Heartbreak Ever that will be dropping soon.
From
From yours truly, Rajeo.
Rajeo.
Look out for it soon. He got a lot of music dropping, but this is Black Phelps.
That's true. Don't this sound good in here?
New Rajeo.
Got my scuba gear, call me Scuba Steve. Not afraid to drown, no intent to breathe. Deeper than I dive, covering our knees. Acting like Poseidon, I control the seas. No lifeguard on duty. See, I know what I'm doing. If you can't breathe, I resuscitate you. Swim good, I can educate you. You've been dripping most of the night, acting out the very scene. I can see it in your eye. Damn, you got me hypnotized, soaking up between your thighs. I can't wait to take a dive. Front stroke, back stroke, left stroke, right stroke, front stroke, back stroke. Girl, you know I swim for you. Front stroke, back stroke, left stroke, right stroke, front stroke, back stroke. Girl, you know I swim for you. Girl, you know you're worth it. You show me you deserve it. Even though things are not perfect, through your ocean I'll be surfing. Ice cubes on our lips, head between the knees. Let me take your stress aquatic therapy. Time to dive down, and watch it bite down, bite down. You know how the treasures do. Gotta swim down and claim the jewels. There's no depth that I can't cruise. I'm here just to rescue you. You've been dripping most of the night, acting out the very scene. I can see it in your eye. Damn, you got me hypnotized, soaking up between your thighs. I can't wait to take a dive. Front stroke, back stroke, left stroke, right stroke, front stroke, back stroke. Girl, you know I swim for you. Front stroke, back stroke, left stroke, right stroke, front stroke, back stroke. Girl, you know I swim for you. Girl, you know you're worth it. You show me you deserve it. Even though things are not perfect, through your ocean I'll be surfing.
That was new Rajeo, Black Phelps.
That shit go, boy.
Hey man, if you're a girl freak, that's a song about giving head. So, girl, you know I'll swim for you, girl. The whole distance, the whole shebang.
Nah, seriously, man, we gotta celebrate. You know, the people
like
that we
it?
got here while we got him here, man. So we definitely proud of you, man. We definitely
Thank
looking
you.
for the
As
new
long
project.
as Stefdot like it, bro, it's a hit.
Yeah.
Does that mean her friends gonna like it? Yeah, I love your friends, especially Remy,
She's done with you after you said that.
and I love Ebony too.
So that was a dope record. So when can we expect the project to drop, man?
In the next couple of weeks, I'm just waiting on a couple other things. We got some. I got some really big records coming out this summer, so I want to drop it in the midst of other people's music I produced.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be looking forward. It is called The
Get a
Best
couple-
Heartbreak Ever.
Yeah, get a couple platinum plaques this
Yes.
summer. A couple more.
So
Yeah.
that's it. That's a wrap. That's episode 1.
Woo 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 woo.
Everybody, like I said, have a happy Memorial Day weekend. Enjoy the 112 versus Jagged Edge. I know we will be watching that and staying in tune. And then tonight is Beanie Man versus Bounty Hunter, or Bounty Killer, excuse me. I will be peeping into that too. Hey, Bounty hunter, bounty killer.
He's
I
a
knew-
nigga getting
That's why
paid
he
for
gonna
stuff.
I knew where he was going. I know he was going with it.
That's,
all right?
that's where he go. Why he gonna lose?
But make
Nobody knows,
sure
man.
that you subscribe. You hit the bell on the YouTube channel.
Ting, 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 ting,
Make
ting.
sure that you subscribe to our Spotify or Apple iTunes. Make sure you like us on Facebook or on Instagram at the Reverb Experiment. We are also on Twitter as well at the Reverb Experiment as well. And we will also link our own Instagram and Twitters and Facebook and stuff so you can start following us. And, please make sure you comment. Let us know what you think. And also, if you have any points that we missed, we'd love to read the comments. And we'll definitely, shout you out if you guys are participating on the next episode. So we'll check you guys out in about 2 weeks. Anybody else got anything to add before we sign out?
I love you guys.
Love you too, bro.
I love y'all too.
All right, man.
that's
Stay
all
safe.
love. It's all love.
Coach D-Lo.
We out. Thank you for working the camera for us, brother.
Ooh. Hey, good.